You missed my dad dancing then. Good morning. Welcome to ITV1 and STV for Shop on TV. My name is Nick Davis. I'll be taking you through the next, well, till 3 a.m. So please do stay with us because we have two incredible show specials for you. Okay, we're going to be highlighting, well, the world of Polti, who are innovators, pioneers in the world of steam cleaning and ironing as well. And to take us through it, I may introduce, this is our resident expert, Bev. Bev, who you'll know, of course.
Hello, everybody.
Polti.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Full of beans. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you.
I'm not quite so sure about the beans, but yeah.
Figuratively speaking, obviously. Now, I am absolutely, as you are as well, and I know you will be as well, absolutely buzzing about the first offer we're going to be talking you through.
Absolutely. I mean, the price of this is absolutely phenomenal. How much do you think you spend a year on cleaning products?
Oh gosh, well it's a weekly expense, isn't it? So,
yes. Yeah.
Gosh, 100, 200 pounds, and then that's
actually
yeah.
300 to 450 pounds a year the average household will spend on cleaning products.
Okay, so
right.
we have a game changer this morning for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is very much about, I feel, that it's that professional standard equipment in the privacy of your own home.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is, you can do away with all the chemicals. What you're going to be using is Mother Nature at her finest. And I'm going to show you that later on in the show.
Would you like to give us a quick blast,
Oh,
Bev?
I'll give you a quick blast.
Stop it now.
Hold on to your horses a moment. But it heats up in about a minute. So you're ready to go and you can clean every washable surface in your home. And the best of this is it actually makes into a steam mop, and we can do the floors as well, including your carpet.
So it's a two-in-one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. High up, low down, and all in the middle.
Yeah. Now, you get all these extras as well, which will take you through as well. Now, we've shopped around to have a look at the prices you can pay for this specific bit of kit here. And here we go. So you've got, for example, the Polti.co.uk themselves at £119. Currys do a great price at £99.99. And Amazon.co.uk, another great price at £94.99. But we're beating it, okay? So we're beating it now. Well, over £10, special price of £84.99. And plus, many of you favour as well the PayPal, where you, well, so it's 3 instalments, one a month, and you'll pay it off by August if you shop tonight. In fact, let's go to the website as well. If you go to, here we go, shop now. And you can see everything that is available on the show. Plus, we'd love it if you would get involved, messages. So please do messages via the website. Any questions you have, or any hellos or shout-outs. And we have a second show special coming next.
We certainly do. We've got the iron. Now, I always say to you, how much do you like ironing? A lot? A little? Or not really?
Right, it's one of these jobs that I think polarises people.
Yes.
Okay, because people who really don't like it at all.
Yes.
I actually don't mind ironing,
right.
But I don't enjoy the experience because historically the iron's not been very good, or
you
I've
make a
damaged
mistake.
clothes,
Yes.
I get told off,
yeah.
etc. This again is a game changer.
Absolutely, yes. Because I am going to cut your ironing time down by 53%.
Did I bring my shirt in for you? No.
I do hope so. I do hope so, because the thing is, I'm going to show you how to do it. And that way you can use it. And this iron is going to cut your ironing time down by over half. And this is how it does it. Because you can go from one fabric, this is denim, you can then go on to cottons.
See, denim's typically tricky.
Yep. Then you can go on to man-made viscous.
Yeah.
And then you can go straight on to silks and georgettes without altering the temperature.
Silk, when someone says iron silk, that typically frightens me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not with this.
No, not at all. You're ironing on a cushion of steam. It's more powerful. It's got 5 times more steam than any other iron on the market, and that's what gets rid of your creases. Okay,
so this is what I mentioned. It's like professional standard in the privacy of your own.
Absolutely.
Of your own home. But also, makes you enjoy the experience because you're seeing all the trickiness.
It's not a chore. It's taken the hard work out of it. It's taken the guesswork out of it.
Sure.
You don't have to think about what you're ironing. You just get it out of the basket, put it straight on. But I have to say, we can also put it on the hanger and do vertical ironing as well.
Vertical ironing. It's going to be happening live. Vertical ironing. Yes.
Absolutely. And then I'm going to show you how to do your bedding.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, so let's. I mean, obviously, you know you're going to get an amazing price here. This is the show special number 2, and here it is. Okay, so let's go through. Martha, fabulous producer Martha, earlier went through and found at Amazon on this specific date. Always a great deal, yeah? So £179 in this case. Courage.co.uk, £179.99. Robert Dias, £178.99. But look at our price, phenomenal, at £89. Now, every time these are featured, and they don't feature as regularly as you like because of availability, they absolutely fly. And I'm hearing from the gallery as well, there's lots of... you're popular, aren't you? Because very busy. Very busy. Now, okay. So we're going come back to the steam mop. But this is a 2-in-1 piece of kit. Okay?
Absolutely.
So first of all, though, explain to us, please, if you wouldn't mind, please, Bev, about you.
Me?
Love you, and also the company Polti as well, and where they position themselves within the industry, how they came about. As much as you can, I mean, we've all heard of them.
Yes,
all
absolutely.
These lovely details that you know.
1978, Franco Polti decided he wanted to bring the professional ironing system into the domestic market. So he had to produce a small enough boiler that would sit in a domestic iron. And that's what he perfected back in 1978. They actually still make the very first iron that they make. They still make that iron because it proved so popular in Europe. Obviously, by the time 1983 came along, the fantastic...
hang on. I wasn't actually born... Oh, well, I was. Carry on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was, but anyway.
I very much was. I'm teasing.
But yes, so in 83, then they brought out the steam cleaner because they realised then using steam could be to everybody's advantage. I mean, let's face it, if it can move a train, it can move a stain.
Great. Great point. Love it. Okay, so I say it's 2-in-1. So
yes.
to demonstrate. So where would you like to start?
Right. Well, let's face it. You get it home and you think to yourself, I'm going to try inside the oven. That's where we usually try to clean. So this is the part where you put the water in. It also has a filter underneath, so therefore it filters out the impurities before it gets into the boiler part at the back.
Okay. So and it's standard tap water.
Just standard tap water. Yeah, that's all you need to do. If you live in an exceptionally hard water area, then you can put half and half. Half of demineralised, try saying that, and then half of tap water, if you want to.
Yeah. Okay.
You've also got a button on the top which will turn the steam pressure down, not the temperature. The temperature is still 110 degrees coming out of here. Okay. Because that way you are sanitising surfaces without damaging.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Lots of allocations coming through now. So the numbers on the screen there, or via the website, whichever you're more comfortable with. Go for it.
So you've got a nice button on the top which you can press down, so that produces the steam straight away.
That was pretty quick. Very quick.
Pretty quick. Yes, absolutely. I mean, 15 seconds and you're ready to go. Wow. So it's good to keep underneath the sink for when you spill something or whatever you just want to clean, because 15 seconds you grab it out faster than you can use some of the cleaners. Now all of these tools I'm using comes with this machine. This one particularly is what we call the upholstery brush, but because it comes with a socket, if you put that onto the end of here, you can now do your cleaning of your worktops. You can also do the windows as well. You can use it as a window cleaner at the same time. You've also got a concentrated tool, which in other words actually just concentrates the steam down a little bit further. Plus the fact is it's easy to get into hard to reach areas, just gives you that bit extra reach with it. Also, you have...
So all these come with it, don't they?
Yes, they do, yeah.
Right.
Now, this is my favourite.
This is where it gives you access to all those awkward... Do you know what I don't... When I'm cleaning, Bev,
yes.
I'm not too keen on a corner or a curve.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
or behind things.
Yeah, because...
Can I just tell you a secret?
Go on then,
Okay,
go on.
I used to have a friend who used to only mop around objects.
Oh.
Because it was a hassle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is easy.
Yeah. Did you know, when you spray one of your cleaners on the worktop, right, you have to leave them minimum 5 to 7 minutes.
Sure, okay.
Before you start to wipe. How many of us do that?
Yeah.
We just spray on and wipe, don't we?
We do, yeah.
If you read on the back of them, it says you have to leave them on between 5 and 7 minutes.
Without my readers, I'd never be able to read that on the and also, well, there we go, we're learning. Okay, so again, so this is the portable cleaner sort of aspect. So first of all, I'm loving the fact that this is lightweight, because there's going to be many viewers who have relatives or themselves can't lift heavy objects and perhaps once as they could.
Yes, you can't do it.
It's lightweight, ergonomically designed.
Yes.
Look at the power!
I know, absolutely fun. This is absolutely brilliant for the grouting. It is a grouting tool, so you can use that to clean inside the grout. But also you can don't confine it just to that. I've used it inside my oven. You know, places that's difficult, that you need that extra scrub, you've got that. But talking about what you were saying about if you think that you don't want to hold it, actually you have an extension.
Solution for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the, you know, you've got your everyday sort of cleaning, but hard, you know, dirt that's been there for a long time. If you're in rented accommodation, for example, it's a proper a deep clean.
A deep
on what I describe as a sort of professional level.
Absolutely. You know. So you've got all the tools that you need. You've got angle tools. That's exceptionally good for getting under the rim of the toilet. So that gives you that little bit extra reach.
Wow.
You've got the brush that's small, which is a nice scrubbing brush. That's very good for the oven shelves.
Everything's built so beautifully as well.
I mean, look at the quality of that.
Yeah, you feel the quality as well.
Can't you?
Absolutely.
Yes. That's for your plug hole. It's a plug hole brush, right? Now, if you notice, each end of the bristles are chamfered, because obviously...
What's the benefit of that then?
Because when you're scrubbing, if they're not chamfered, they tend to slip.
I've experienced that with
others
not with it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and also because they're chamfered, they fit into the plug hole tighter, so you get it cleaned a lot easier. And it just takes the effort out of it. I mean, small things like that they think of. And that's what makes Polti, you know, over 40 odd years old, because they just build quality. So going back to what we were saying about not having to hold it, so if you want to use the extension, you can literally sit it on the worktop, and that way you can then put the tools on and go and do the kitchen, the oven, the worktops, the hobs, the windows, you name it, you can clean it. And that's all with that. Also, this is the handle to turn it into a steam mop, which we're going to have a look at in a little while.
This is where things get even better. You thought it would, and then it'd be fantastic. It gets better. So this is a two-in-one. Okay, so you mentioned about doing the surfaces around the kitchen, for example, and other areas of the home also.
Absolutely.
But quite often in homes, hard floors, always carpet. There's always going to be a floor, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, there is always going to be a floor.
Plus the fact is,
and then the cleaning off them. So talk us
plus the fact is that you've got different types of flooring.
Right.
Haven't you? So you've got carpet, you've got probably laminate, you've got wooden floors. Yeah. So that would be 3 or 4 different cleaners to clean that one thing.
Sure.
But with this, you can clean them all. You can actually still use this on a sealed wooden floor. Yeah. But if you put the handle on and put the tool you require on the end, you've now got something that you can reach right up. Okay?
Yeah.
So now you can
Top
clean.
Of the curtain rail.
Yeah. Also the kitchen cupboards.
Kitchen cupboards, of course,
Yeah, blow the cobwebs off. And that you've also got a button on the handle, so you don't have to reach up and hold the button on there. You've got a choice.
So again, it's lightweight, it's easy to use.
Yes.
Immediately, for all our homes, this would be absolutely ideal.
Oh,
but also the, you know, again, if you are in rented accommodation, and sometimes when you rent a place, you don't want to, or you're not allowed to do certain decoration, but you want to keep it clean. But if you just moved in, it's somebody else's.
Of course,
historic. You know.
Absolutely.
And you want to do these now. So where do you want to go? Which
I would like to, if I may, I just want to do in front of the sink, because this is one of the places when I got in front of the sink.
Go for it.
When I got my steam cleaner many years ago, what I did, I cleaned the oven first off. Yeah. And then I thought, oh, I'll do round the hob.
Your oven. That's been mentioned.
It is, yeah. Well, you know, when you got.
But then again, you're a steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to find out with this.
Got to be. So I thought, right, I'll just run the steam along the edge of where the hob was, and you are amazed of the dirt that is in. So let me just move that out of the way. And that way you're going to see it, okay? Yeah. So I'm going to put the little concentrator one on, because I quite like this. And I want you to watch.
Oh, wow, yeah, you can see all the... And of course, this is the areas where the grime, the dirt builds up over time.
Exactly.
And also I mentioned if you're renting, but if you rent your rooms out or property out, you have to turn it around very quickly.
Yes.
Sometimes with rental accommodations, you have to turn it around, within a few hours, and you... Oh, look at this.
I mean, this is what's just come off of just round the sink. And that's because we use the sink, you know. It's not water, it's not a pretend one.
Yeah, but it gets a lot of traffic, the sink, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they do.
About the kitchen as well, they're making the meals and the...
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is as well, it dissolves grease on contact. Yeah. So it's absolutely brilliant for your cooker hob.
Yeah. So what's the actual temperature?
Of this one, 110.
Wow. Okay. So and germs and bacteria, how do they stand up against it?
99.9% of germs and bacteria. Also viruses as well. It will do. This, I think 2 years ago, got voted by the Witch magazine the best one.
So this is about deep cleaning in your home, in your kitchen, all around other rooms. But the beauty of this bit of kit is to say it's the 2-for-1. So we've talked about sides, edge of sink, we've talked about the back of the loo and around the rim of the loo as well. Yeah. Typically very challenging areas to keep clean.
Yes.
But likewise with floors, carpets, are we going? You know,
let's do the carpet if you want to, because it actually comes with a carpet glider, so you can use it on that.
Now, just do some other kind of housekeeping, if I may, please, Bev. So the prices you're seeing now are, so it's £84.99 right now. You're saving £35. We'll be going back up at 3 a.m. We've got the clock there. Please do be checking out before then, when you're comfortable to do so, to secure the deal that Bev's got for us. Right. Before we go further. Oh yes, we've got these.
I'll let you do that one.
Everybody loves the fact that this is a steam clean, but you can add these scents. So tell us about these.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I'll come over there because it might be easier because I can open the box for you.
Oh, sorry.
Right, no problem. What happens is when you use steam cleaner, you're not left with a stale odour because it neutralises odour at source. So especially if you've got pets, you will never have that dog smell because you will neutralise that odour. Yeah. But you might want to have a fragrance in the home.
And also if you're moving into a new house, it may have the old family, so because every house has a kind of
exactly. You want to bring it. So let me just show you the base of this, and so consequently.
Okay, so this is how you put it in.
This is how you put it in. Okay. So in the actual bottom part of it, the head, right, there's a unit here, right? So you take that out and you put, I think it's 3 caps, and you pour it into there, okay? And that's it, that's all you have to do. The fragrance is all natural. There is no chemical whatsoever in here. So when you steam the floors or your mattress, you can actually introduce a fragrance. And to be able to do that, there's an on and off button at the back. Yeah. So when you want to introduce the fragrance, you just click that on. The steam passes through the head and it will take away through the steam and produce a fragrance. Now, I quite like the lavender for the bedroom because I think it's very calming.
For sleep, yeah. So if you do want the we have fewer of the lavender in stock than we do the pine. However, you're watching live, we've got them now, and it's just shy of £5. When in each box you get, it's just shy of £5 in your PayPal baskets, and in each box you get 2 bottles of 200 ml.
Yes,
okay,
you
so
do.
400 ml in total.
Yeah, they are.
And they're beautiful fragrances.
They are, absolutely. This is, they say pine, but I think it's a bit more eucalyptus to me. But I mean, it's very good, you know, especially at this time of year if you've got hay fever.
Yeah.
Because, you know, with the steam.
Yeah, like my eldest is suffering terribly at the moment.
Oh.
So I told you about he's doing his exams at the moment.
Yes, yeah, it's terrible. Okay.
So the choices are just simply add on either the pine or the lavender or both. The item number for this one is 862764, and it's just £14.90. Okay, but of course it's less. Well, it's not less, but you can split the payment up through your PayPal. Okay, right.
Right, okay, let's go back to the flooring.
Let's go to the next level now.
Yes. So we put our fragrance in.
Yeah.
We've got it switched on, as you can see, the green light's on there. Again, 15 seconds, you've got heat up time. You've clicked
15
everything.
15 seconds?
I know.
Right, when for example, I iron the kids' uniforms.
Right,
in the morning,
yes.
I put, historically, until I introduced the world of Polti, put the iron on. I can make a cup of tea, take it up to my wife before it's 10 or 15
Well, I don't want to stop you doing that.
Yeah. Right, so 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds. So the thing is, if you're going out and let's say the dog's running with muddy paws or it's been raining, which it happens, doesn't it, quite a bit, and you just think, oh, I can't leave that, I want to get it done. 15 seconds and you're ready to go.
Yes.
You don't need to have it all heated up. And also, if you run out of water and need to top it up, you don't need to wait for it to cool down. You can do that straight away.
So you've got your general tidiness as well, that how you could do that, but you've also got incidents, haven't you?
Absolutely.
And you mentioned pets. And pets when they're younger may have dare I say, a tinkle accidentally.
Yes, absolutely.
Elderly pets as well may have a tinkle as well, you know. So
absolutely.
What's the word? Combat these quickly.
Yes.
And efficiently.
Yes. Well, I've got a very old cat.
How old's your cat?
And she likes to throw up.
What's her name?
Ruby.
What's her name?
Ruby.
Oh, how old's Ruby?
Oh, she's 18, 19. Yeah.
That's well done, Ruby.
Yeah, bless her. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So we've got the carpet glider, which comes with it. So we're going to clip that into position, because not all steam cleaners and steam mops you can use on carpets because it overwets them.
And this is what's so, I think, a game changer for me, because whenever you put moisture onto carpet, traditionally, it brings out all the smells. And
horrible, aren't they?
Have you ever had it, you know, when you get a dishcloth and you smell that and you think, oh, that needs a what? You know, that wet cloth and material.
Absolutely.
But this, none of that.
You're going to neutralise them. Neutralise odours at source. So if you're someone who cooks very spicy food, the other day I cooked some fish and I couldn't wait to get my steam mop out.
My wife banned me from cooking fish now. Particularly microwaving kippers.
Oh,
I'm not allowed. That's literally banned.
Well, I'm telling you, honestly.
Oh, look, Martha, the producer's got my back, or my wife's back. So I'm not surprised, she says.
But do you know it will neutralise the odour? And also, don't just be confined for doing the floor. Spray the steam into the room. Right. Because it will also neutralise the odours that's in the room. And also, the dust and the pollen we bring in, or we've got the windows open, it actually it holds it into position, and the steam just drops to the floor. Then you vacuum it away, and you will vacuum away about 79% of the allergens that's in your room. So if you've got someone suffering from hay fever, it does make a difference.
Do you know what, Bev? Do you know what, at home? I've got to be careful here with brands, but I know historically, before kit like this was around, people would hire bits of kit for their carpet. It was so prohibitive almost that you have to club together and say, you have it on your house on Monday, you might choose it. With this, lightweight, and look at this. So talk us through what we're seeing here.
Right, well, that was a clean cloth. What happens is with the steam, it swells the fibres open of the carpet. It forces the dirt to the surface. By you going backwards and forwards over it, you're actually taking that dirt away. The dirt then comes onto the cloth, which you get in all the bits I'm showing you. And then this way, you can just throw this in the washer. It's ready to use.
Fabulous. There's no waste. You can just wash that.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that?
No fabric conditioning because it stops the absorbency.
Yeah.
But also
30 degrees, 40, or does it not matter? Or
above 40, I would say.
Okay,
yeah. But also, when you first get it home, wash them first before you use it. It kick-starts the absorbency.
Great advice.
Okay.
Great advice. So that's the carpet.
Yes. Now.
So obviously we have carpets in our house. Quite often we have tiles. Can I just give the list, because this is the overview of what this is capable of cleaning.
Please.
Floors, so tiles, porcelain, stoneware, marble, hobs, hoods, filters, sanitary ware, taps, tile joints, glass, mirrors, upholstery, sofas, armchairs, mattresses. We were talking about that.
Oh, mattress.
Is that for later now, or should we talk now about mattresses?
No, let's talk about mattress now.
Now,
especially this time of year.
Now, again, mattresses. We were talking. Bev and I, before we came to her, we were talking about when you stay at a guest house. Not these days, obviously, because the standard's fabulous. But you know, historically, probably never look. Never look.
No.
Yeah. But something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, I read a statistic the other day.
Yeah.
Right. There is 7,000 times more bacteria in your bed.
In my bed.
In anybody's bed, right,
just mine.
than a toilet seat, okay? And that is per week.
Really? Okay.
Per week.
Right. Which attachment do we need?
This, the big one.
That one,
okay?
this one,
Yeah,
okay.
the big one. Put yourself a fresh cloth on.
Right.
And as I say, go and use it on your mattress. Use that steam. You will neutralise the odours, but more importantly, you will help to sanitise it.
Okay.
That's what you need.
And there's more to the list as well. Cushions, car interiors, that's a fabulous one.
Yes.
Cupboard doors, radiators, roller shutters, curtains, green. It says green plants as well. So.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
They love steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And use it on your faux plants because it knocks the actual dust off.
So shall we, for the tiles,
right.
frequently seen, okay.
Right, now, you said you do the floors at home.
I do. Do you want me to do that, or do you?
No, you're fine, aren't you?
I feel as a gentleman I should be offering.
Yes, you should, yes.
But I know what's going to happen.
It's not, well, you know, it's not going to be...
This is what I did.
How on earth does this work?
So you...
Do whatever.
So the traditional mop...
Oh, it's got a pedal. What do you do that with? You see, I've not used one of these. Oh, I say. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
It's a bit sort of, a bit technical for me, this. Right, okay. So, this is what you do.
Yes.
You mop it, right? Okay. So that little bit there, the dirt,
right, so
taking it off.
Yeah.
You're going to put it back in the water.
Yeah.
And then you're going to spread it to that bit there.
And so what happens traditionally is you're just moving things around the area.
Exactly.
Particularly when you get bits of breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Teenagers, I know.
Or what the cat or dogs, you know, had a wee.
And if you have young children as well who like to wear the food.
Yes, absolutely.
And display it, you know, around. They're just sharing.
Yeah,
sharing
of course
is caring.
it is,
You know.
yeah.
So you'd be doing this more than once if that's the case. Now, so the mop goes back into the bucket.
And then you would transfer the dirt away.
Yeah.
So really what you've done is just move that dirt around the room.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the only time the mop is sanitised is when you take it out the packet and the first time you put it in the water.
I think it's, yes, because you just put that into the garage or into the cupboard, then it begins to whiff, and then next time I must wash that next time.
Yes. No, it's not good.
Okay.
But also with that, whatever you've cleaned that floor with is now going to dry because of the actual chemical. It will leave a sticky residue behind, so you will stick to it. You can hear it. It feels like it's a crisp when you walk on it.
So this is chemical free.
Yep.
Show us the, figuratively speaking, the magic, as in
15 seconds, you're going to go and get your mop.
Okay.
You're going to put the water in it.
This is a game
you are ready
changer.
to go.
It's like professional cleaners in. Yeah.
Look how it's...
The shine.
And it's sanitising
Look
now.
at the ease you're doing it with as well.
That is one pass over. It's started to dry. It's not over wet your floor, and it has sanitised from one end of that floor straight through to the other, including the grout.
Yeah, and so again, historically with the mop, I have to say to the kids, don't go in the kitchen for a good
Exactly.
half, and they do that, and they do the walk.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But now it's done.
And that's dry. That's
Yeah.
dry. Right, we have got a game-changing price on this today, only until 3 a.m. So here on Shop on TV, £84.99. Okay, this is the show special. Everyone's taken, well, many people are taking advantage of the PayPal offer as well. So again, watching at home now, obviously do what you're more comfortable with. Is it something that you would want to, again, purchase via the PayPal? It means you can basically split up the payment. So what happens is you pay the first instalment today, we send the kit straight out to you, and then the next payment is next month and the month afterwards. So you'll be paid off by August. But think of this in your life, okay? The difference to the quality and the cleaning of your house. Think about family members as well. The power of water and steam and no chemicals, but also, as I talked about, this is a lightweight piece of kit. So if you're not as, you know, what I'm trying to say, it's very easy to move around and lift. So if you're not as, if you have dexterity challenges or you know someone who has, then something like this is going to be extremely beneficial. Think about, again, our lives, a busy house, teenagers, young children, pets. We're all house proud, and we want to have it to be the best version we can, but also we want the experience of cleaning to be really easy and really effective, and that's what this is. Okay, so all you need to do is dial the number or via the website, but let's give you an overview of why and what makes this so special.
Polti, creators of Vaporetto Steam Cleaning, are proud to showcase the SV440 Double Steam Mop, combining the lightness of steam with the power of experience. The SV440 Double is the new steam mop with integrated handheld steam cleaner. It's easy to use, lightweight with a slim design, easy to maneuver, flexible, and thanks to the Vapor Force brush, it's able to clean all corners and reach the most difficult spaces. Using the power of steam for hygienic cleaning, it removes dirt at the same time as killing and removing 99.9% of germs, bacteria and viruses without the use of harmful chemicals. And with its integrated rear bristles, it effectively tackles the most stubborn dirt. Ideal for cleaning every kind of floor, wooden, tiled, marble or delicate floors, and perfect for refreshing carpets and rugs in a convenient way. The Vapor Force brush also includes a Fresco vapor dispenser to neutralize smells and provide a pleasant long-lasting freshness after cleaning. The SV440 Double Steam Mop comes with an integrated handheld steam cleaner, and thanks to the wide range of accessories, cleans up to 15 different surfaces, including all bathroom areas, such as sinks, taps, tiles, showers and mirrors. It makes cleaning kitchen surfaces quick and easy, including cookers, hobs and tiles, and is perfect for bedrooms, refreshing mattresses and curtains. It cleans radiators and is ideal for the lounge, refreshing upholstery, cleaning windows, and even plants. The SV440 Double Steam Mop guarantees maximum ease of use and fast cleaning. The cloth can be easily attached and removed. The detachable water tank can be refilled quickly and easily with tap water, thanks to the integrated anti-calc filter that helps prevent the build-up of limescale and enhances the effectiveness of steam. Plus, it's ready for use in 15 seconds. Cleaning all around your home has never been so easy with the Vaporetto SV440 Double Steam Mop from Polti. Polti, the secret to a natural home feeling.
Oh yes, so remember the prices will go back up at 3 a.m. So there's a clock there on screen with a countdown. Do it when you're comfortable, but before then, more preferably to get the deal. Well, let's have a quick look at the website. So everything in the show is available here. Now, if you're on the website, you just pop them in your basket. Here's the iron which we're going to next, and you can read all the features, all the benefits, why it's so special. Obviously, we've got the fabulous Bev here who's going to be taking us through it as well. And there we go, checking out securely, of course, very important. You can go for your PayPal, split PayPal option if you wish as well. Just do what you're more comfortable with. But the price on this is Are you okay with this? I mean, has anyone got you coffee? Has anyone got you tea for this?
Well,
Have you been warned?
when I looked at that, I thought to myself, they've got that wrong.
Well, the thing is...
Really, I've got that
I'm not getting involved, but I am going to say at £89.
Yeah.
Now, the level, that's £90 off.
Yeah.
Specific to this show. So what is that, half price, more or less?
Yeah, just about,
basically,
yeah.
Roundabout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, this is for this particular show. Now, we'll do some price comparisons as well. Martha did all the sort of heavy lifting with this and found some, extraordinary deals. They really are for this particular iron. So these are companies we go to and look around at. Amazon.co.uk, they come in at £179 for this particular piece, this iron. Currys.co.uk, another fab price, £179.99, and robertdias.co.uk, £178.99. But not this morning, not right now. Here on Shop on TV, £89. Now, Bev, this again, I've used this phrase, a game changer for an activity that we all have to do.
Yes.
However, if you've got this level of kit, it makes the results better, but the experience better as well. Talk us through.
Half of the time, when you say to somebody, do you like ironing? They'll say, no, it's a chore. No.
I always used to like iron a tea towel.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah,
When you start, the things behind you, which you'll come to, are starting to frighten me now, but not with this.
No, not at all. So the thing is, we've taken literally the chore out of ironing. We've designed an iron back in 1978 that's actually will iron all fabric. Yeah. So therefore, it doesn't matter whether you've got things like cotton, that's hard to do, or you've got delicate things like the satin, because that way you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to damage it? Well, you're not.
I've done, I think we've all done, with certain trousers and things.
Well, you do, or you create high shine. And that means that you're melting the fabric.
Almost, doesn't it? Is that what's going on?
That's exactly. Now, most irons on their sole plate are 2,000 to 3,000 watts of heat, okay? 3,000 watts of heat is an electric fire. Yeah. So that's what you're ironing those best. 3,000 watts of heat is an electric fire. Wow. So that's what you're ironing your best trousers with. Yeah. That's what's creating the shine. How many times have you done this? Yeah. And that's because you've melted your best fabric and you're trying to wipe it off on the ironing board. Yeah. Well, this is 750 watts. Okay. So it's a lot cooler because steam gets rid of creases, not heat.
So my initial question to that is, well, how effective is it going to be against the creases? Because we mentioned denim earlier.
We did. Yes. Yeah.
So talk me through the principles, please.
Because it's steam that gets rid of creases, Franco Polti gives you 5 times more steam than any other on the market. Okay. Now, I've seen domestic irons that you go to the supermarket and buy for the same price that has about an egg cup full of water you put into it, and it just sort of just spits it out, right? Yeah. Got
along with rust and dirt and from within the iron as well, typically.
Absolutely.
Can you just talk us through visually the unit, because it looks different to a typical traditional iron.
Yeah, it's nice and neat. Okay. Your water sits in the front.
Easy?
Oh, yeah. I don't do hard work. I'll tell you that now. I just don't, right? Water goes in there, tap water. I know you're thinking, what other water is there? You don't need to put fancy water in this because it's also a self-cleaning iron.
Okay.
Right. I mean, all this for £89. I'm telling you, they've got that wrong. But anyway, 8 bar pressure. Right.
Okay. Well, what does that mean?
Right. The higher the bar, the more powerful and faster the steam comes out of the unit up through to the iron. Okay. Yeah. Now, some steam cleaners are only 3.5 bar pressure. And think of what we can do with the steam cleaners. We can clean floors, we can clean ovens. 8 bar pressure. Wow. You can surely do your ironing, right? So, you switch it on. Yeah. Again, it heats up in about a minute, okay, 60 seconds.
Are you seeing this at home? Can you see the steam? Are the cameras picking up on this?
It's ready to go.
I'm not going to put my hand in front of it, obviously.
No. Please don't. But also, you can see on the front, if I could just turn it round, right?
What we're seeing there.
This is the steam, right? Now, if you press this button,
Yeah.
you've also got an eco button. Okay?
Yeah.
So what that will do, it'll reduce the amount of water consumption, so it'll slow the use of water, but also it reduces the amount of electricity that you use. So you're
Right.
saving again, okay? Right? So, as you can see.
There you go. So minus 31% water, minus 26% energy. That's really, really exciting.
It
You're getting
is.
better results from
Yes,
this. Yeah.
for less, that's true.
Yeah.
Also, if you notice, there's a little symbol just on there. You can't see it now because it's not lit up,
Yeah.
but a camera might be able to pick it up. That will flash at you when it tells you it needs cleaning.
It'll flash at me?
Okay, yeah, flash,
Okay.
it'll flash.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is fill it up with water, switch it on, press the symbol with the spanner and hold it over the bowl or the sink, whichever you want to do,
Yeah.
because you've kick-started the cleaning process off.
Okay.
That will clean up all of that lime scale and it sends it out through the iron, and it also cleans the back of the iron plate at the same time.
Right, so you've got here a piece of kit that is what I describe as professional standard. But
Yeah.
does that therefore help the experience and improve the experience of
Right.
ironing?
Well, let's have a look at this. Cotton, okay?
Okay,
I'd say that's creased. Do you think that's creased?
that is
Yeah.
my nightmare.
That's
yeah.
your nightmare.
Yeah.
Now, the worst thing you can do is go and get the water spray
Yeah.
and start spraying it with water.
See, yeah.
Because when you trap moisture within the fabric,
I used to have a colleague who wore shirts like that.
did you?
Yeah, I don't think he had an iron.
Never had an iron.
I don't think he had one. We didn't use it.
No. So, right?
Yeah.
If you trap moisture within fibres of the fabric, you create more recreasing, okay?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's what you put it away and it gets creased,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to use just holding my finger and thumb just to prove to you I'm not
Lightweight,
doing any
yeah.
pressing, okay? To make it as light and as easy as I can.
It's a dream!
Okay?
Oh!
Now
So if you have sort of challenges in dexterity, something like this is only going to be, I believe, something that's going to help you. Lightweight, easy to manipulate. But look at the effect. Do you know? I've seen posh people do this.
Yes.
Where they take their shirts or their cottons to be dry cleaned or
Yeah.
professionally ironed.
Yeah.
Doing this in your own home.
yeah.
And what I noticed you didn't have to do was again and again.
Again and again.
And again.
Yeah.
None of that.
No.
Okay. You went-
And so-
you went over that quite lightly as well.
You did, and that's the idea. That does the hard work. You just guide it in the position you want it to be. Now, when you've got your ironing basket,
Right.
you'll have
Whoa.
to start.
Sorry. This is putting my spine's gone. The fear at my spine. So I'd fear this is going to melt. This will. If this,
Yeah.
I would probably ask the owner of the item of clothing to iron it themselves.
Possibly,
Because
yes.
of fear of causing damage.
Or you go and get a towel and put that on the top of
Yeah,
it,
that's
and
it,
then
yeah,
you
okay.
protect it probably.
Is it
right?
silk?
It's satin.
Satin.
Okay. So again, finger and thumb. I don't want you to think I'm doing anything else. I'm just going to glide
Oh,
over
look,
the
look, 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 look.
surface. Okay.
Look at it. It's effortless.
Yep. And it's just taking all those creases.
So
out.
think about, as you're at home, where do you iron? Do you iron in front of the TV? Do you iron, because I find it quite sort of cathartic ironing.
Yes,
You
yeah,
do a lot of
yeah.
thinking.
No,
So think
true.
about where you do the ironing in the house and just improve that experience. And also you're going to be ironing more quickly.
Yep. 53%, you
Yeah.
are going to iron quicker. Now, I'm going to show you how to...
Oh, look. So you can see there the difference again
Yeah.
with the before and after. Well, not the before and after, where you started, where you finished.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Now I'm going to show you how to do a sleeve, okay? So, I don't like to see a line down ladies' blouses, you know, the soft sort of like satin and things.
I'm the same with denim.
Yes.
With a
Oh,
line
no
down the front.
issue. No, no creases, Demon. No.
I've been teased, said no one creases denim anymore. No. And if I did it for my 17-year-old, he would never forgive me. It was a thing. I've just made this up, have I?
Yeah, you must have done, because I can't remember.
It was an 80s thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on.
Interesting, right.
We're gonna find
Anyway, to do a sleeve.
Rich, help me out. Please don't. Sorry, go on then.
Right, get the cuff.
Yeah.
Bend the cuff over, okay? Right, hold
Okay.
it like that, right? Okay, right. Put your iron on the inside. shake your steam through. Okay.
Oh wow, look. So there was no actual physical contact with the iron at all.
Nope.
Blasting the steam through. Look at this. Look at the results. This on your clothes. And of course as well, we're very much encouraged to sort of keep our clothes longer. You know, there was a culture of almost a while ago keeping things and throwing them away, sadly. But you know, so buying good, looking after them, and the thing is, they look really brand new almost with a good iron anyway. So maybe I can bring back to life an old, you know, not an old shirt, but you know, shirts and your blouses.
Well, this is 35 years old. Okay.
Really?
All right, because.
So is this older than Cameraman Rich?
Who? Oh yeah.
Is this blouse older than you? No. Oh,
Yep.
Well, he just looks very.
Well, I brought this when I was having my daughter, so and she's 35 now. So as I say, 35 years old.
Right. So as an iron, it's got deep. So you're gonna. I think you're
Sugar
gonna go
beads, yeah, we've got sugar beads. That's on here, and also it's a very, very fine material, easily stretched out of, you know, a shape if you're not careful. Now you can put it on the ironing board if you wish, but why when you can do it on the hanger? So literally.
Vertical ironing.
Can
vertical ironing.
just do the vertical ironing on there.
Who'd have thought?
So if I just do that side and give you the comparison of the one or the other, this gives you the idea of how it looks after your clothes.
Well, I know which one I prefer. Which
Exactly.
I prefer. But what you've highlighted here, Beth, brilliantly, is how effortless it makes what you described it brilliantly as a chore.
It normally is,
historically.
yeah.
Now this is the game changer. Okay, this is the show. Okay, 20% of the stock has gone, and there was a lot allocated. So very, very busy. So why do you think it is? Obviously, it's because of the quality of the offer and the equipment, and what I describe as sort of professional grade. You want to save time, you want to save money. Life's too short to be spending extra time with stubborn creases.
You think this is the thing is you've also got uniforms and things like that.
Right. So
so you can do the uniforms in half the time.
And also the problem that I have, because with Scarlett's dresses, she's sort of comprehensive, you know, and it's the grey material.
Yes.
But if I have they on too hot, historically it would.
Oh, you would. You'd melt it.
Those melty marks.
Yes.
And then likewise, yes, I'm all over. But just taking time.
Absolutely.
I'm just hearing there is again. It is very, very busy. There's a lot of people who have checked out. There's a lot of people who have put it into their baskets. Remember, this deal is till 3 a.m. only. So you wake up in the morning and think, I must complete that, and the price will have gone back up. Okay, so if you check out now, you secure the deal. Think about the quality, what this is going to bring to your life. Maybe, I don't know where you sit with this, okay, but I would not be offended if someone bought me as a gift. You have to be careful with that, obviously, okay? You do, but you know what I mean, okay? But it's giving you time back. So you think about how much time we have to spend ironing. With this, it's speeding things up, so you've got more time in the garden, doing the shopping or playing on your phone. There's nothing wrong with that, just like a bit of you time. But it's also, again, improving the quality. It just delivers a professional look. And again, think about when you, and also how do you do your ironing? What I mean by that is do you do it the night before? How do you do yours, Bev? Because you do it at the end. Because I'm the night before. But I know some people do it on the Sunday night, before the week. How about you at home? Message in when you do yours.
I want to say, absolutely. When my daughter was at school, I would do it on the Sunday night. Not now. I mean, obviously, I just saved quite a bundle up now because I do it faster. If you iron, let's say for 4 hours a week, you're going to do that same amount of ironing in less than 2 by doing this.
And also the results are going to be
absolutely, yeah. And also, also with this, if you're someone who's ironing for a business, you can either double your income but still do the same amount of work.
Great thinking.
Or give yourself back the time. You know, we iron for 2 years of our life in total. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so lots of people diving in. The aftercare with this is really, really thoughtful.
Absolutely.
Talk us through the process of the aftercare.
Right, aftercare. Franco Polti, as I say, has been going since 1978. There's a reason for that, because he makes exceptionally good products. Doesn't make kettles and toasters. He makes steam irons, steam cleaners and vacuums. That's it, okay? Now, if you have any problem with any Polti product, you pick the phone up. They're based in Manchester in this country. They actually come to your home to collect it. You don't struggle back to the post office and have to go and have it posted out. They'll come and collect it. They'll either exchange or repair it, whatever needs to be done, and they get it back in your home between 5 to 7 working days. Not weeks, days.
Yeah.
And that's for 2 years. After that 2 years is up, the service will still stay the same. The only difference being is you'd have an estimate for the work to be done.
The thing is, it's very seldom that they're ever going to actually need that as a support, but it is there for your peace of mind.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, just to remind you of the deal that we've got for this show special, we welcome you to have a look around. We did. Well, actually, I have to be completely transparent. Of course, it's Martha here, producer, who did the heavy lifting on this. So, and found the price comparisons at Amazon.co.uk. This particular iron, £179. Currys.co.uk, £179.99. RobertDice.co.uk, £178.99. And now, as part of this show, with the clock ticking, we are at £89. Think about the time it's going to save you, the experience you're going to enjoy more. I'm hearing we're at a quarter of the stock's gone now. You are very popular.
It's going to go out.
Okay. Any questions or messages? Bev is here. We can draw on her expertise. So challenge Bev. I'm going to throw a question out to you now as well. So please do. What is the oddest thing you've ever had to iron?
Oddest.
What about? Can I ask you that, Bev? Can I start? Just give you a bit of thinking time, because I've put you on the spot there.
I want to say, let me have a think about that. The
Mine
oddest
is,
thing.
and it happens. It seldom happens now as it used to.
Right.
Fancied, when the kids went fancy dress, Halloween, or
yes,
would come through.
yeah.
Daddy, can you iron this? And it's not the body part of the frilly, and there's all frills.
Ah, yes,
and, you know.
yes, yeah. Well, my daughter was ice skating.
You've got that one costume, so you can't mess it up.
No, no. Well, now you said that, my daughter used to do ice skating. And of course there was all the costumes. Well, of course it was that lycra stuff. And of course one year she was a fairy, and it was all that tutu thing. And I had to do each layer of net. It was lovely, Message
in, what's the oddest thing or the most challenging, you know what I'm saying, so that you've ever had to iron. So we're going to, I mean, this just seemed effortlessly gliding across these creases. What we got next?
Well, something that's 2 different types of temperature control on one fabric. So you've got lace.
Okay.
So that would be one temperature on a domestic iron.
Wouldn't it?
And then you've got the cotton, which then you'd probably increase the temperature. But then if you caught the lace, usually what had happened, you'd melt the lace. Well, that's what Polti's all about, is giving you the opportunity to iron everything on just one temperature.
Right. Do you need me to?
Sorry, I don't want to catch you with that.
I don't mind. And then, but again, so the difference with this, when you glance at it, when you look at it, you can see the reservoir of water is in the base, and you're lifting the iron. That's connected with a cable. So that's
absolutely. The only thing that comes up there is steam. So therefore, you keep the weight down. Now, I'm going to do the finger and thumb just to show that I'm not going to apply any pressure, because that way you can do the ironing with comfort and ease. So if you have got dexterity problem.
Remember the old phrase, elbow grease?
Yes.
Yeah. None of that with this.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So I've also done the lace at the same time on the top.
Again, historically, lace would be very delicate and could be easily compromised or damaged. And again, just look at this. Again, because it is so easy, people have different circumstances in their homes, physically or environmentally. Do you have to be stood up?
No, not at all. Only thing I will say to you is the steam has to go through the ironing board, which it will. Just be careful of your knees, in case you've got your knees right underneath and you might catch yourself with the steam. But other than that, absolutely fine. In fact, a lot of the times I sit down to it. because it's just easy.
That's it.
The thing is...
Now, we talked about different stages of life, placing it in your lives as well. So obviously if you have from young children right through you know, grown-ups and all
doesn't matter what
shapes
it
and
is.
sizes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And materials.
Doesn't matter what it is. I mean, you know, things like, I mean, my husband used to have a...
What material is this? Because
it's
like a linen,
it's a linen, but it's got wool in.
right.
Can you feel it?
Yeah. Because look at that. That's you see this. So I've got a couple of shirts of this, and look at this. I mean,
And because you're...
fantastic.
Yeah, because your spin speed, well mine especially on my washer, is 1400. So it's quite a high spin speed now.
Yeah.
And that's why they come out looking like they've been through the
And
mangle.
particularly if you're at work as well, and it's left in the washing machine. You know, when you wash it out, and then you have to, you know, you come back from work, and the creases seem to be set.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, okay.
Well, look how quick is the creases dropping out. And I'm not pressing down on it. I'm not having to go and get the water spray and spray it, okay?
Because a lot, again, that's historically a lot of people, including myself, would have a water spray.
And that's the worst thing you can do.
Okay.
Also, can you see? And also, if you've noticed, it softens the fabric because steam actually relaxes fibres. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Can you feel the difference when you hold that side where it's not being ironed and then that? Because it relaxes the fibres, it actually makes them feel softer.
I like a relaxed shirt.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
I can definitely,
you definitely tell the difference. Also, because of how the steam is produced in the iron, when you're putting a lot of steam in with a normal iron, if you're lucky enough to have one with a lot of steam, you also leave a lot of moisture behind.
Yeah.
So what happens is it gets trapped in the fabric. You go to put the garment away. That moisture that's trapped within the fabric actually causes the recreasing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what Polti have done, they've done super dry heated steam. So the steam is powerful enough to get rid of the creases.
Yeah.
But the iron actually airs the garment as it's ironing, okay?
Yeah. Yes, because how many times have you seen this at home where you iron a shirt, hang it up, it looks great, and then either doing the top button on the hanger, and then you go back to, well, just iron that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, so none of that with this.
If you use the Polti iron, you will cut down about 70% of your recreasing.
Right,
because it's taking that moisture out. So it's so involved, this iron, yet it's so easy to use.
That's it. Okay, so think about the family members and just the turnover of clothes that, and also, is this just me? I've been guilty of thinking, well, this needs an iron because historically it was too difficult or just too time consuming. You think, well, I won't iron this or I will iron this. With this, just iron that. Okay, also can you message in, right, okay, ironing socks, is that a thing?
Sometimes, some people do.
Some people do.
Some people iron towels, knickers, anything.
Yeah, message in, socks, we'll start with socks. Ironing socks, yes or no? I'm hearing it going in my ear.
But you know, it's up to you.
Well, I've heard it, I think.
Well, yeah.
But that'd be one that I do, because typically it's time consuming. I just do the bare minimum almost. You know, I need to do a shirt. I need to do Okay. So what have we got next?
Well, things like this. You buy garments. You can take that if you wish.
I'll wear this one later. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The thing is with garments now, they've got lots of embellishments or they've got these type of things. So therefore you think, how on earth am I going to iron that? Because by the time I've ironed this part,
it's not going to be,
and you've got pleats down there.
Pleats,
look.
that's the word I'm looking for.
And then you've got gathers here and you just put more creases in than you're trying to take out. That's the beauty of your Polti iron.
She's going again, First ironing. Look at this.
So now...
vertical ironing. I think this should be a new. Can we get this into like this into the Olympics or sports? Like the sport. I think it could be like a competitive sport. Look at that. That's record time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, there's less trauma to the material.
Yeah, less friction.
Because as you say, it's delicate material. Therefore,
it's less friction.
And obviously over time, material lasts longer.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of your jumpers that will go out of shape is because the iron's too hot. You've split the fibres, and that's what pushes it out of shape. But with Polti, you're actually looking after your garment. If you're lucky enough to have cashmere, it's absolutely a dream to cashmere. In fact, because this is hot at 120 degrees of steam, you can also deodorize. So your jackets, you don't have to keep running off to the dry cleaners all the time. You can refresh your jackets in between.
Because that's the cost as well, if you're taking to the dry cleaners.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, pricey. Now, I've just heard a third of the stock has gone. We've got an hour and 41. Right, if these all go, what do we do? Sit down, we play cards?
We have to sit, well, you have to sing and dance, yeah.
Dancing, okay, so a third of these have gone. Think of, again, who this is for in your life, or if it's for you, how much of an improvement in the quality of the experience of iron it's going to bring you, but also, when we've seen this particular model before at a completely different price, the difference is the reservoir in the base. So it's a whole different, and that's what's fabulous about Polti. It's innovation. It's that's why the market leaders in this area, bringing professional standards into the domestic, into your home, basically. Okay, so let's go over the features. Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, 204. Do you mind just to explain for people at home for the first time? So 240 grams minimum speed steam jet.
That's your actual power of your steam.
Yeah. Okay.
8 bar pressure. Yeah, that's the steam you can see.
Auto power off. That's self-explanatory. Ready in less than a minute. Self-explanatory. Weighs 2.9 kilograms, which you demonstrated easy to manipulate and hold.
That's your boiler, the 2,200 watts of power.
Excellent.
Your actually iron is 750 watts of the 2,200 watts of total power.
Gotcha. And the vertical storage as well?
Yep, so you can actually lock it into position. There's a lock on the top of the iron and you can carry it. And also there's the cable tied, as you can see, around the base, so it keeps that all nice.
So you can maybe go in cupboards, because that's the cupboard space, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, 1.6 extra large tank. So this is the reservoir you put water in.
Yep,
so,
and you can add water to that anytime.
This is a bit of a random question, so apologies, but how would that reservoir last how long, or can you
I would say 45 minutes to an hour of Polti ironing, and don't forget you're cutting it down by 53%, so that's nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, there you go. One temperature technology, which is brilliant, so you don't have to be confused. And fundamentally, you don't have to be incorrect as well where you damage clothes, and the eco function as well, which you mentioned as well. So
this what?
The eco function.
Oh, the eco function, sorry. The eco function, yeah, because you're going to cut down on the amount of water that you're using, and also you cut down on the electricity consumption while using the iron. But you're not losing the power. That's the most important thing. You're just helping to reduce the water consumption. Yes. You've also got a boost on this, okay? So the button that's underneath here, the way you're going to press while you're ironing to give that cushion of steam, if you press it twice quickly, what it will do, it will give you a boost. It gives you an extra shot.
And this is the thing, it's so easy to have a play. You don't need to sit down and read a massive instruction manual. There isn't one anywhere, as in it's minimal. So just have a play, and you'll obviously pick it up very quickly.
And also there's auto shut off, so if you go out and forget about it, it doesn't matter, after 15 minutes it switches itself off.
That's it, doorbell goes, delivery, phone, phone
absolutely.
rings and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so just do a quick mention of the price, if I may. So £89 only till 3 a.m. As a third of the stock has been allocated, I believe, up to now.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Oh,
sold, a third has gone. Actually gone. Okay, we're hearing. So we are live. So a third has gone. So grab yours now. How long? Here's the question. How long have you had your iron? What year did you buy it? Is it time for a renew, a refresh? All the crew and I think everyone's doing this at home. When did you buy your iron? Well, make your new one today. Okay, right. So
our director actually brought one 15 years ago off of Polti.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing is,
still going strong, he says.
We've all done it in the past. We brought an iron thinking, I'm not paying a lot of money. It only lasts us a year anyway. That's fine, but I think we're getting now that we're fed up with this throwaway society, and I think we're wanting things. Our money's hard earned these days, and I think we want something that's going to last and do the job well. And know the fact is we've got a lifeline. If anything happens to it, I can pick the phone up and someone's going to come and sort it for me. That's what Polti's all about, quality.
So, and also, don't you find as well, and do you find at home that where we're at now is, I believe, a very exciting time? Because do you remember the sort of 70s and 80s and sort of the 90s, and just that, where things were just all right. The technology wasn't there, or the research wasn't there, or the desire for longevity, seemingly. Whereas this, the technology is there, and plus you have the historic experience of the company as well.
Absolutely.
So it's
tried and tested.
Tried and tested, and sort of received wisdom, and something that's going to absolutely last you. Do you know what? With the traditional iron, where you do this steam, and on a white shirt, and then it lets rust out.
Shall I show you why that happens? There's two reasons why that happens.
So not this, by the way, not this.
Not this. When you've got your normal iron.
What do we call them? Historic irons, the old-fashioned.
Any old iron.
The old, hey!
I
can't top that. I can't top that.
Right, let's say we've got our basic iron, right? You use fabric conditioner in your washing, all right? Okay, so what happens with the old irons? You steam along, and the actual steam, the little bit of it is, because it's a lot of moisture in it, sucks up the excess of fabric conditioner, and eventually it fills the holes. Okay. So then all of a sudden there's that much in the holes that you go to press the next time, that water just spurts.
So I'm there with my white shirt the following time. All pristine. Washed with liquid.
Oh, there you go.
Liquid. And then historically the old iron, not this one. And then you press, and if you do on some of the, you've got 2 buttons on the top, and you.
That's it. And then water comes through.
And it's rusting.
Because it's also taken up the lime scale that's sitting at the back of the plate. So you've got all that's the brown stuff. The white flaky bits is your fabric conditioner. That's what goes all over. Now with this, no water coming up here. It's just steam. Right? Also, it's self-cleaning, so you can get rid of that lime scale before it gets anywhere near here.
But in those old ones, it was rust and dirt, wasn't
that's exactly what it is.
My daughter's cardigans for school, they would melt. You know, you know that when you melt, it's shiny, sheen, it kind of goes a different tone on the when you do the army.
Well, it is. It is. What you've done is melt, especially with things like you've got like T-shirts that's got emblems.
So this is a big one. Prints. So would you describe that as a print? Am I using the correct term?
I would say that's
print on T-shirts. So first of all, historically, I'd just I'd avoid it.
You'd avoid.
You'd have a square crease.
You'd turn it inside out.
Yes.
Or you'd get a cloth and put it over.
I wouldn't dare. But then producer Martha saying she'd use a hanky.
Yes.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah. So we're going to go straight over. Now this could be school uniform with a school logo or emblem on or something like that. Could be that very expensive football shirt that you've brought your son or your daughter. And unfortunately, it doesn't say Liverpool or whatever. It says Liverpool because you've spread it all over the T-shirt.
It's melted, it's damaged, and it's cost, and then but also it's the emotional.
And also you've made a mess of the iron.
Yes.
So you know it's not good. Oh, now I did say, do you mind if I tell them about bedding? Okay.
Yes. Tell us about bedding.
Bedding. Right. Because you are working at 120 degrees, we've said we're sanitising. So therefore, why not iron your bedding on the bed? Because that way, you're getting rid of the creases. You're also sanitising your duvet itself. Iron the pillowcases on the actual pillow because you're sanitising the pillow at the same time. And also, you're refreshing the mattress. You're helping to get rid of the dust mites that live in there, the allergens that we have in there, and also it's refreshing the smells keeping it clean, because you can't go and put your mattress inside the washing machine, can you?
No, absolutely. So this is that's a fabulous example, of course, for your home. But if you do work in a capacity where you rent rooms out in your home,
yes,
you work in a guest
absolutely.
house or a B&B, so you're turning
brilliant.
things around quickly and often.
Yes.
This helps you keep on top of it with ease. I mean,
absolutely. So you wash, you dry your bed in, you remake the bed, you take this to the bed and you iron everything on the bed. You're refreshing everything that you're ironing, and you're also getting the creases. It's a lot easier than putting the bed in on your ironing board, washing the floor with the stuff that's draped all over, or you've dipped it into the dog bowl because it's too cold, you know, all that.
Okay, right, this is live here, and this is the moment where you can really make a difference. Okay, so the price on the screen there is just £89. Remember, it expires at 3 a.m. You're saving £90. Okay, here and now. When do you ever hear or get this opportunity? So many of you have checked out. We can see you, many of people popped it in their basket. So let's give you some ideas of the price comparisons. Here we are. So we'll come to our price in a second today, but this morning, Amazon.co.uk coming at £179 for the very same iron. Fabulous. Currys.co.uk, £179.99. RobertDyers.co.uk, £178.99. But for this show, the special price, and it is flying, £89. However, I'm getting a bit stressed. I'm getting a bit worried in the sense that I'm feeling it for the people who've secured theirs, but there is a number of people. Right, 40% have sold out. We are very, very busy, but there's a number of you with this in your basket. We're going to give you the opportunity to do that. I just want to make sure you've got that peace of mind. You've secured your deal. Okay, so many ways to reach out, many ways to find out more about what we do here. Here's more about shows coming up and our social media.
You can get even more from Shop on TV by following us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram and X, all using the same handle, where you'll find the latest special offers, news and insights. But that's not all. Check out our YouTube and TikTok channels for exclusive video content, including product sneak peeks, reviews and unboxing videos. Stay connected and be first to the best deals with Shop on TV.
Wow, we are so excited.
We certainly are. We've got a brand new product coming up for you on Monday the 23rd. It's the Beast.
It is the Beast. It's not Joe. It is the Beast. Tell us about it, Joe.
It's the most incredible personal blender. Unrivaled power, 850 watts. You get a range of beakers and accessories with it. But this is all about making nutrition more easy, more accessible, and more importantly, Hayley, more delicious.
Ooh. And it looks super, super smooth. Mm.
Make sure you join us just after midnight for the smoothest of smoothies with the Beast. We'll see you there.
Cheers.
Welcome back. So many of you have already bought this, but lots of you are now checking out. So continue to do so. So it's about placing this in your life, which many of you have done. So again, busy households, lots of ironing to be done. This is about improving the experience, but also, as Bev has demonstrated, improving the results, seemingly effortless as well. So it never burning clothes again or damaging clothes again. They've got the expense of that, plus it's the emotional.
Well, it is, and the thing is, you just want to take the hard work out of it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter whether you iron 2 or 3 bits a week or you iron 500 bits a week. Whatever you do, you just want to make sure that life's easier, that it's done well and it's done quick, and that's what you're going to get. I've just realised how stupid I am some days. I just realised we're actually saving more than we're spending.
Right, yes. I don't think you, again, I was worried when this price came in, but yeah. So £90 off. But again, this is limited. I'm hearing more people, again, are checking out. So if you've not yet checked out, it's in your basket. That doesn't, it's not sort of, it's kept there. It's sort of, it's positioned there. You need to check out to basically grab the deal, which expires, where are we at now? So it's at 3 a.m. Okay, so if you check out before then. The clock's on the screen there, counting down. So just visually looking at this this iron, it's one of the high-end, dare I say, posh ones.
Oh yes.
Where the reservoir of water is beneath the iron. So there's a whole, again, completely different thinking to the traditional irons that we grew up with.
Because the thing is, if you put water into the iron, for a start, you're limited to how much you can put in. It's about an egg cup full, and that's it there. How is that going to produce all that amount of steam that you require to get your ironing done in half the time?
And
it can't happen. Yeah,
leakage.
Yeah. Well, it has to be because it's not pressurised, so therefore it's going to revert back to water. So the thing is with this, you can add water to this whenever you want. You don't have to wait for it to heat up or cool down. You can add water too. Also, it's in the actual tank, it's 2 tanks in here. The first tank you put the water in. This will then take it out of there when it requires it, so you've always got your steam. Okay, you're not waiting for it to fluctuate between cold and hot.
And just in terms of temperature, one of the most again, typically historically with an iron is the temperature gauge. You're messing around with that for different items of clothing. This is just on.
On. That's it.
We like on.
Yes.
Simple.
On.
Life's busy. What is it? Is it off? On. It's on.
No.
It's on.
That's it. And the thing is as well, you know, teenagers. I mean, I know that probably sounds very silly to say that your teenagers will iron, but I used to get mine to do the iron because I didn't have to worry whether she was going to burn anything. You know, and now she thanks me for it. Now she's got older, she realises, got her own home, and same as she said, I'm glad you made me do it, Mum, because now I don't think about it. She says, you know, it's just so easy.
It is one of those activities that does, I think, we talk about polarised people. Some people traditionally sort of either do not go there, but for a lot of people it's a bit of, you know, time where they watch the TV, catch up with their favourite soaps, or just have a think.
Relax, and
have some time. Because but it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Yes.
When you've got a kit like this.
Also, there might be somewhere in your life that you go that you will need to iron a garment, whether it's to a wedding or to somewhere else, that you might decide, well, I really could do with just ironing that. And the thing is, this is not just an iron. You can do your curtains vertically at the window. So you don't have to take them down backwards and forwards. You also can use the steam to knock the dust off. You know, also it helps to neutralise smells. So you can keep that there.
Sorry, excuse me.
Sorry,
just along those, can you just show me how long the cord is between the reservoir?
This cord.
So you're absolutely right. So I'm thinking, because I'm immediately thinking with... So is that about... What length is that? It's about
2 metres, would you say?
2 metres.
Yeah.
So that was my immediate concern when you said that. Well, curtains are going to be up here, but look.
Well, you can take that with it if you want to and stand it on the floor because the base is cool, so it doesn't matter really where you stand it. Put it on a chair if you wanted to.
Are there smoke alarms up there?
It's dry steam. It doesn't set them off.
There you go.
You see? Yes,
Okay, this is the game changer. Okay, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. What a result and what a deal! Just £89. Okay, whichever you're more comfortable with, the website or the phone. Either way, it's a secure deal now. What's next?
Well, I'm going to show you things that's difficult to iron. As you can see, it is fairly creased. Let's say you've got, I don't know, my daughter got married this year, so bridesmaids and that sort of dresses. Okay.
What month did she get married?
Mauritius.
Oh, well, in Mauritius. What month was it?
May.
You were saying you got the sunshine.
Do you know, honestly, I've lost all track of time. I don't know where I'm. End of May.
I'm getting to that stage now where I can tell you what I was doing on a Thursday in 1989, but that's what I did last week.
Oh dear.
I was thinking.
Very
quickly, I do this thing when I go swimming. Okay.
Oh right. Yes.
Try and do 50 lengths.
50?
Every length I do, I think about that year in my life, of which I can't remember the first 4 years. Okay?
No,
so I think about happy memories on the 4th, happy memories of when you're 5, and the 5th and so forth. Get you through.
Yeah.
I have 20 lengths, so I can't remember anything.
Oh, see, that's why
20 to 40. Right, sorry, go on.
Oh, well, mine was a bit misspent, so I mean... Right.
Was that? It was all before.
That's another show.
Okay. That will be next Thursday now.
Oh, right. So if you've got, delicate things and you think to yourself, I don't really want to put the iron on. Actually, if I put the iron
you're
on
going
the
into the
inside.
inside.
Yeah, you will see, because it doesn't matter whether I'm upside, well, not me personally, but the iron is upside down or it's in the normal direction because the steam still works.
It's just that. It is that what I describe as professional grade quality. When you get them back from the dry cleaners or the.
Yeah.
I know this isn't cleaning, just to be accurate. It's steaming.
It's refreshing.
Yeah,
refreshing. So, like, you know, if you've wore a jacket, let's say, I don't know, I might wear one perfume one day and then decide I want to wear something else the next. And I'll probably have that jacket on for an hour, if that. I won't take that to the dry cleaners. I'd use my Polti to.
Expensive though, isn't it? And also with the dry cleaners, they do the thing where you can take 3 items in, 4 items. You know,
Can you?
It just
Right.
Not these days, thank you. Let's do it at home.
Yeah.
In front of your favourite soap. Okay, so this is my outfit for tomorrow night.
Oh, jolly good.
Not really, but I'd wear it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very posh.
But this is, you've got sort of wool. But I mean, where on earth would you start with this with a normal iron? I mean, by there, from there to there, I'd lost the will to live, quite honestly, and I should have thought.
But again, it just looks delicate. But again, this is just going to glide through it. This is the busiest point of the show I'm hearing now. If it's in your basket, please be checking out. Remember, the deal expires fast approaching 50% of these irons have gone.
50%.
Can't say when this deal's going to be ever. I just don't know, but it is a here and now thing. So talk us through what you look at.
Well, just you doing the vert, it just makes life so much simpler. And why shouldn't we help ourselves? You know, when we're doing these jobs, now it's becoming affordable to be able to do that.
To have this technology.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
This in your home,
yeah. And the thing is, if it makes life easier, and you're not sort of forking out an absolute fortune, you've got after-sales service of if you have a problem, you sort of pick it up and they'll come and sort it out for you. I've paid more for an after-sales service for a television once than what this iron is at full price.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. And what I always believe, and this is just my personal opinion, understand, but when you've got a reliable brand such as this as well, with such amazing aftercare, they seldom go wrong anyway, so you're very unlikely to have to draw upon it. But they've got such confidence and faith in the quality that they're going to offer you that. But you know they're there at the end of the phone line, and you have that Italian specialist engineering as well.
Yes.
All their sort of learned...
Yes.
Okay, we're getting... Okay, so...
Oh, we're getting really special now. Now think about saris and things like that, you know, or things with embellishments on.
That's a great point. Different cultures as well have different, obviously, materials, and you mentioned saris and so forth.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
What material is this? Do we know, or is it?
It's the background's cotton. And then you've got, obviously, you've got sugar beads, you've also got little tiny marguerites, little diamantes. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I mean, believe me, I'm no sewer.
It's what I call business. There's a business on
it. It is, yeah.
Something that I'd
call it a nightmare, quite honestly, if I hadn't got one of these.
Right, again, she's vertical ironing again.
Yeah, vertical ironing.
It's amazing. It's not melting any of the glue. It's not disfiguring
not at all.
or causing trauma to the material.
No,
or the
not
design,
at all.
Rather. That's what you worry about, isn't it?
Well, if you can imagine how many times this must have been ironed in its time.
But that's a great point as well. Obviously, keeping an item of clothing and wearing it a lot, then it's over years and years and years. And I mean, the top you had earlier, what did you say it was 35, the cardigan?
Yeah, 35 years old, yeah. Gosh. Yeah, I brought that when, as I say, I was having my daughter, and she was 35 in June. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it just takes the hard work out. I actually went down to the weights and measures many years ago, and because I can't stand here and says it does that. If it doesn't, we have to prove it. Yeah. So when I got, they did. So what they did is they had, I think it was about 4 or 5 different manufacturers of irons. I took the Polti one down, and I had an identical piles of ironing, and they timed me with each iron to see how fast I did the ironing. 53% faster than any other iron
Thank you, sir.
on the market. I mean, that means, to equate to the layman, me, right? 4 hours if you iron a week, you can do the rest in under 2.
Extraordinary. Apologies for me saying thank you, Sam. I was just doing manners because he passed me the iPad in. We have the emails. Keep the messages coming in. The galleries are light with them, and it's lovely to know you're up. Stay with us if you can. I know you've got busy days and busy lives, but I've got a message here. Just ordered and cannot wait to get ironing. It will make my life so much easier. That's from Sue. Good morning to you, Sue.
Morning,
Lots
Sue.
of love. Thanks for messaging in as well.
Yes.
So just ordered, cannot wait. I love the fact that you've got that, you know, I cannot wait to get hold of the piece of kit.
Honestly, Sue, it will revolutionise the way that you iron. Do you know how I came to work for Polti many years ago?
How many years have you been with them? Don't mind me asking.
Over 20 years now, yeah, absolutely. Now, what I did is I decided to save time, so I went in the shower and thought, I will clean the glass with one chemical and I will clean the base of the shower with another chemical.
Yeah.
And they had a reaction.
It's dangerous, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I had to go outside, I was coughing, my eyes were streaming, and I thought there's got to be a better way to clean than this.
Yeah.
So I went down to John Lewis and I asked them what they considered to be the best cleaner. They told me about this Polti. At the time, there was a free iron with the deal. It was one that actually clipped into the steam cleaners, right? Okay. Had it in the box for over a month.
Yeah.
Didn't use it, thought, oh, I've got an iron, don't really need one. Absolutely fell in love with the steam cleaner. It was £349. My husband had kittens when I got home. Anyway.
You still got them?
Yeah, I've still got the cleaner. Right. So, you know, I've got the husband, but I've got the cleaner. But anyway, that's another story. So, as I say, left it in the box.
Yeah.
Went back into John Lewis, was raving about this steam cleaner. And she said, look, she says, you're that enthusiastic. Why don't you go and work for the company? So that's how I worked for Polti. Then I thought, well, I'll go and try that iron when I get home. Oh, my word. What was I thinking of leaving it in the box? Yeah. I was absolutely blown away.
But I've heard this again and again with this particular brand as well, that people evangelise about it, as almost become ambassadors for the brand in their own right.
Absolutely.
It makes such a difference to the whole experience and again the results. Again, so I'm hearing as well, so many of you there, good morning, thanks for being with us. The deal is at £89. Okay, so where does this sit in relation to other deals out there? Well, producer Martha did the heavy lifting with the research, and here we go. So Amazon.co.uk have this iron for £179. Courage.co.uk have it for £179.99, and RobertDias.co.uk £178.99. But this deal this morning, your show, £89. So if you're, I mean, obviously there's a phone number. If you prefer to purchase via the website, all you need to do is go there. Click shop now. You'll find in blue at the top right. You can watch us there as well. And you can message us, which is lovely to hear from you. And here it is right there, £89. Pop it in your basket. But this is the really crucial part to make sure, obviously, to secure it. The deal expires at 3 a.m. But we do have 2 show specials this evening. So on the website, we began the show with this amazing 2-in-1 upright and handheld steam cleaner with the 11 accessories. And again, another game changer, just be harnessing the power of steam to clean and sterilise because of the combating the bacteria of certain areas, hard floors. We talked also about the different areas in your kitchen. You talked about back of the loo. What's it called around the loo?
The rim of the loo, you mean underneath? Yes, where you get the lime scale.
So very easy.
It's brilliant for that. You cook a hood, dissolve the grease completely. It's brilliant.
So that was £84.99. Usual price of £119.99. Okay. Lots of you with these in their baskets. Now it's time to be checking out. Here's an overview of why it's so special.
Polti, creators of Vaporetto Steam Cleaning, are proud to showcase the SV440 Double Steam Mop, combining the lightness of steam with the power of experience. The SV440 Double is the new steam mop with integrated handheld steam cleaner. It's easy to use, lightweight with a slim design, easy to maneuver, flexible, and thanks to the Vapor Force brush, it's able to clean all corners and reach the most difficult spaces. Using the power of steam for hygienic cleaning, it removes dirt at the same time as killing and removing 99.9% of germs, bacteria and viruses without the use of harmful chemicals. And with its integrated rear bristles, it effectively tackles the most stubborn dirt. Ideal for cleaning every kind of floor, wooden, tiled, marble or delicate floors, and perfect for refreshing carpets and rugs in a convenient way. The Vapor Force brush also includes a Fresco vapor dispenser to neutralize smells and provide a pleasant long-lasting freshness after cleaning. The SV440 Double Steam Mop comes with an integrated handheld steam cleaner, and thanks to the wide range of accessories, cleans up to 15 different surfaces, including all bathroom areas, such as sinks, taps, tiles, showers and mirrors. It makes cleaning kitchen surfaces quick and easy, including cookers, hobs and tiles, and is perfect for bedrooms, refreshing mattresses and curtains. It cleans radiators and is ideal for the lounge, refreshing upholstery, cleaning windows, and even plants. The SV440 Double Steam Mop guarantees maximum ease of use and fast cleaning. The cloth can be easily attached and removed. The detachable water tank can be refilled quickly and easily with tap water, thanks to the integrated anti-calc filter that helps prevent the build-up of limescale and enhances the effectiveness of steam. Plus, it's ready for use in 15 seconds. Cleaning all around your home has never been so easy with the Vaporetto SV440 Double Steam Mop from Polti. Polti, the secret to a natural home feeling.
Okay, so many of you there, the number on the screen and the website, of course, joined by Bev from Polti, who are the innovators, the pioneers really in the world of steam cleaning, and ironing and steam ironing as well. So if we just joined in, we're just going to give a quick overview. Remind me to talk about or mention shared accommodations, but just give me a quick overview.
Right, well, Franco Polti was an iron salesman, and back in 1978 he wanted to bring that professional finish into the home. Well, you can imagine there was huge big machines, so he developed a boiler which was small enough to actually produce the same quality of steam as your dry cleaners, and that's how he brought his first iron to the market. So if you think it's a long time ago, in fact they are still producing that very first iron. It's very popular in Italy, they like the design of it.
Very much market leaders in their own right.
Absolutely, And then in 1983 they brought out the first steam cleaner, because obviously then they realised the power of steam and they wanted to harness it. And also everything is run all economically and all ergonomically in Italy, in the factory. Everything is run either by solar power. They were doing that many, many years ago before everybody sort of started to do it. So, you know, if you think about it, they really are innovators in their field.
And I asked a question that's proved quite awkward because no one's answered it. When did you buy your iron? I'm trying to find the oldest iron in the country. It's kind of that household item that quite often until it breaks, until it's on its last legs, do we feel that we need to replace it. But what we're addressing here is just improving, not just a little bit, but a lot, the quality of the experience of ironing and the results. We've all seen these high-end models, but quite often they're prohibitive. You think, well, I can't, it's too out of my price range, although for what you're getting, it's great, as we've seen. But this particular deal now, as part of this live show, £89, so many, so better than half price by a penny. We'll take that. Be checking out and see. Lots of you already checked out, but a lot of it, people have it in their baskets, which doesn't secure the deal. So if you do go for, I know a lot of you on shift work as well, you may be heading out in a little while, so thanks very much for your time, I really appreciate it. But just make sure you check out within, well, as soon as you're comfortable doing, but definitely before 3 to secure this particular price.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, as I've said before, I think we're getting fed up of buying cheap, buying twice. I think we want something that we're going to invest in that's going to give us some sort of return.
Yeah, this level of technology. So I was thinking, shared accommodations, students, halls of residence, or quite often. Is this still a thing? But again, back in my day, the halls that the students would have the first year typically in a halls of residence, not exclusively so. Then the second year they're going to share accommodation.
Yes, they do. Yes.
So maybe you want to gift this to, because obviously, if you're studying a subject where they need to be presentable. So if it's your daughter, well, adult daughter or son at university, it'd be a great little gift for them.
Well, when my daughter went to university, right, she had her first one was they shared with 5 other boys.
Where did she study?
Nottingham.
Oh, yeah.
So she was, there was 5 other boys in this hall of residence where they were. So she was the only girl. So the deal was, because she'd got one of my Polti irons, the deal was that she would do their ironing when they needed it for something special if they brought her something once a month or something like that, okay? Or they did the cooking.
What would they bring her?
Well, she'd take them round to Primani or something like that, you know what I mean? You know, and go and buy something, you see, which is done. And to be honest, they thought she was working really hard, you know, they felt so sorry for her.
Like they've just come back.
Oh, you know, we've brought you this and thank you for doing that. I mean, especially if they got, they would go into some sort of a event and they got to look smart. And they think she'd be there all day ironing in the in a bedroom, but it took her.
That's genius. So shared accommodation, maybe you have grown-up children and they've bought their first house. Remember when you, or maybe they're renting for the first time, maybe you move out.
Wedding present.
That's a great idea. And do you know when you sort of move out of the house and you rent for the first time and when it's tight, you know, so it's a lovely, and it's kind of, you know, it's a lovely sort of gift you can get them. And,
absolutely.
And it'd just be really appreciated.
Of
and
course,
will last
absolutely.
That's the time as well.
Now, they might all say to you, like, you know, oh, I don't iron, I don't want to iron. But there will be times in your life that you will need to iron. And also, an interview or something like that.
That's a great point. Job interviews, certain jobs as well require, but also that thing of touch about being the best versions of ourselves, that pride in our appearance and feeling good.
And when you send your children to school, you want them to walk into the playground and, you know, the blazer. I mean,
they don't look like that when they come back, though.
No.
That's the thing.
Oh, no. We had a woolen blazer. My daughter.
A wooden blazer. With that. Okay.
Yeah, very good. Might have been, because to be honest, it were on the floor more than it was on her bike. So you can imagine it used to come home in a terrible state.
Do you know what? That's the thing. Do you know, you've hit a touch point there. Blazers. My daughter's never comes back.
Oh.
So I have to send. Can you find your blazer tomorrow, please? And then, as you say, it's been on the floor and
and you just want to be able to refresh it. You don't want to be able to have to think to yourself, "Is I've got to take that to the dry clean." Now,
so let's see this in action.
We've got this is lamb's wool, okay? So it's delicate. But look at the beading that's on there.
Okay, so this part of the design here. In the world of ironing, typically terrifying.
Absolutely.
And my fears would be it's going to melt, they're going to come off, I'm going to get told off by whoever owns it.
Absolutely. And also, if you have your iron too hot on wool, it splits the fibres. That's what pushes it. That's what pushes it out of shape. And also, that is what causes the bobbling underneath around this area here. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the result of the washing, so it could be.
No, it's because you've split the fibres, they become weak, and then any sort of friction on them, i.e. the iron or you're moving your arms like this, that's what creates it.
And so the beauty of this is it's one temperature. You don't have to do temperature gauges or dials. It's off and on, off and on.
Off and on.
So it's gliding through.
That's it. You're using the steam. Steam also relaxes the fibres, so it makes the jumpers feel softer.
Look at this.
The sequins stay on the jumper, not on the bottom of the iron, okay?
Yeah.
And look at that
result. Oh, look at this. So for the most delicate items of clothing in your wardrobe, right through to the more robust ones as well. You know, you don't have to be worried about the temperature. You can watch your favourite soap opera, just have that time to think, but also you're gliding across all the shirts and the uniforms and all the... Right, okay. So this needs a really good iron, you can see. Look at that. Again, I have this shirt's this material, and when they've been left in the washing machine drum.
Yeah.
For any period of time.
Like I've said before, my spin cycle's 1400. I mean, I think my mum's was 800, so you can imagine.
Well, I remember when I was a kid. Do you remember these? Or is this an 18? Do you remember washing machines that were that way?
Oh, you mean the twin tubs, top loaders?
Top loader, yeah. That's a band now, isn't it? Okay, but yeah, top loader. This is back in the 1800s. Yes, thank you. When washing machines put the door on the front, I was like, we are now entering the space age.
Was it?
Have you heard that? So upstairs, did you put it through? Take it out and put it through a mangle? Maybe, yes.
Yes.
No.
Weren't done by candlelight, was it? No.
It wasn't a dryer. I don't. It was back in those days. But yeah, so top loader, leave it in the drum, and yeah.
So therefore, as I say, you've got quite a bit of ironing to do because you're trying harder to get the creases out, and especially in winter time when you're drying stuff. If you dry it on the radiators, you can imagine you weld the creases into the fabric.
Just look at this, and again, just going back to, because the unit itself, the water is in the reservoir in the base, which you don't lift up.
Shall I show you?
So as a result, this is extremely light. So if you're not, if you're not as...
Well, if you've got dexterity problems
challenges, or just people have different situations, different environments, different stages of life.
Absolutely.
It's very lightweight. And,
it's easy to use,
I like easy.
I do.
Do you like
I don't do hard work.
That's right. And it's easy to get involved now. Okay, the show special of £89, but the clock is ticking, less than 59 minutes before the price goes back up. So we welcome you to try and find this price anywhere else. We've obviously, producer Martha did some research earlier, and this is the same iron, Amazon.co.uk for £179. Okay, which is a great price.
Worth every penny.
Courage.co.uk, £179.99, and robertdias.co.uk, £178.99. However, and this is why the phones are going, and the website as well, are going absolutely crazy, because we have this for a time-limited offer at just £89. Think about, I asked that question, when did you buy your iron, and is it time for something new? And the benefits, of course, is you get this amazing bit of kit, and it enhances the experience, the results, and the ease, everything about this, and the quality. You talk about the longevity of it. This will absolutely last you. But also, we've talked about items. I mean, not only have you gone, and this is what I really respect you for this, because you've brought on some of the most challenging things one would ever dream of ironing as well. Talk about,
but that's the whole idea. You've got, there's no good me saying, oh, let's bring the delicate fabrics and I'll show everybody how to do it. That's not what it's about. You want to see the horrible fabrics or the awkward fabrics,
which are part of our daily lives, aren't they?
That you might encounter while you're ironing, and that way you want to be able to do it. Now, I've got a strip of material somewhere, if I can find it.
Okay,
have a rummage.
Okay, so let's go over the features. Okay, so this is why this iron is so special, because of the difference, and the differences are 240 grams minimum steam jet. So that's the whoosh you're hearing as Bev is ironing, but also making the difference. Auto power off as well. Self-explanatory. Ready in less than 1 minute. With my old iron, I used to be able to make a cup of tea for the missus while it warmed up if I did the uniforms. The weight, lightweight, 2.9 kilograms, and of course the reservoir remains on the ironing board. You have to lift that up. 2,200 watts of power, so it's got that kick. Vertical storage, so you go to helps you go it gives you more options it locks down, so it gives you more options where you can store it. Awkward cupboards, I'm thinking. 1.6 litre of tank as well, so you're not constantly refilling. You gave a time frame, didn't you? Roughly about, with the water reservoir, how
about 45 minutes to an hour's worth of Polti ironing.
Great stuff, thank you. And then one temperature technology, so it's just off and on. Eco function as well, self-explanatory, and up to 8 bar pressure. So this really puts out.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
so okay. Oh,
let's go back to in then.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have just tuned in.
What Polti's all about is...
that was a really old phrase.
It's tuned in.
I'm an analog native. That's what I'd say. Tuned in.
Well, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, tuned
Do you remember the dials? No, too young.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Buttons. So you've just...
You used to have to get up off the settee and change channels.
I remember our first remote control had a cable. It's a big wire across the lounge. You have to come in like that and go, yeah, anyone come and see? Like that. Or limbo under it. Now, this is extra. Now, is this an item of clothing or is this for demonstration?
This is just a demonstration, just to show you how really your Polti works. Because normal irons, you put the water in, you switch it on, you turn your temperature to whatever you're ironing, which is fine. You go and drag out the pair of jeans and you go to iron the denim, and then you can guarantee the next thing you pull out is going to be something delicate. So you're turning the temperature down.
So starting with denim. So denim, pair of jeans, you'll wash them, you'll dry them, and they go crispy almost.
Absolutely. So, no problem, because your steam's just going to literally melt the creases.
Okay, so that's which one's this one?
This is cotton. Okay, so you can go on that. I'm going to change the temperature. Then I'm going to go on the viscose and the man-made fabrics without changing it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to end up with the georgette or the silk or whatever that's delicate at the end.
Yeah.
So all those temperatures would be up, down, on a conventional iron.
It's almost like self-regulating. You don't need to,
so one temperature.
No fuss.
No fuss.
And no
one
risk.
temperature, that's all it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry whatever you're ironing, that will iron on a cushion of steam.
And also, of course, do you get this at home as well? If you're going from a pair of jeans to something more delicate, you have to wait for the temperature on the old irons to cool down.
And how do you know? You go and test it and then, too late, I've caught it.
Yeah.
Sticks to the bottom of the iron.
And do you know, typically as well, Bev, with trousers, again, old irons, not this one. With a pair of trousers, for example.
Shiny.
Shiny, but you see the pockets.
Yeah, because you've melted it through.
Yeah.
It's melted fabric. Yeah, absolutely. May I just, it's all right.
I think you have to be cards then.
No, you can have the cards. Now, we buy jackets now and we think to ourselves, I'm not going to the dry cleaners, I'm going to put it in the washer. This is linen, and usually because of the spin speeds, when they come out, they look like this. And you think, oh, what have I done? I'm going to have to send it.
I'm going to be here for days. Yeah.
I'm going to have to send it to the dry cleaners just to get the iron for them to iron. And what they're going to use is 120 degrees of steam. The only difference, your dry cleaners use something called tetrachloride. That's the smell you can smell on your clothes when you come back. It's a chemical. Yeah. Okay, so you don't want that. You just want the creases to disappear.
Yeah, and all you've put into that reservoir is tap water.
That's all. Okay. Just water. It's heated to 120 degrees. You have 5 times more steam than any other iron on the market. That's what Franco Polti actually invented, to be able to produce the 5 times more steam. So when you start to iron, if I just do that back bit, you're actually getting rid of the creases.
You can really see the difference there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. If it can tattle things like that in ease, if you can imagine how easy it's going to make your ironing.
Oh my goodness. And it's going to make so many difference, so much of a difference to people who've already bought this as part of this show. £89, but this price is time related to there's a little less than 1 hour to be checking out, so please make sure you do and you'll take advantage of this deal. Again, I don't know when or if or anything when this is going to happen again, so grab it while we can. Right, there's many ways to stay in touch with us. Here's some.
You can get even more from Shop on TV by following us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram and X, all using the same handle, where you'll find the latest special offers, news and insights. But that's not all. Check out our YouTube and TikTok channels for exclusive video content, including product sneak peeks, reviews and unboxing videos. Stay connected and be first to the best deals with Shop on TV.
Wow, we are so excited.
We certainly are. We've got a brand new product coming up for you on Monday the 23rd. It's the Beast.
It is the Beast. It's not Joe. It is the Beast. Tell us about it, Joe.
It's the most incredible personal blender, unrivaled power, 850 watts. You get a range of beakers and accessories with it. But this is all about making nutrition more easy, more accessible, and more importantly, Hayley, more delicious.
Ooh.
And it looks super, super smooth.
Make sure you join us just after midnight for the smoothest of smoothies with the Beast. We'll see you there.
Cheers.
That's all to come. We are cleaning, but we've taken this to the next level. Okay, so we started the show with this particular offer, which is the steam mop. Okay, so first of all, though, we'll come to our price in a second. This is what we found out there, or rather producer Martha did. Okay, so this is the Polti Vaporetto SV440 cleaner. Polti itself, their website.co.uk. Where's it gone? That's okay. There we go. Thank you. So I thought I pressed a button then that I should have pressed. £119. Then couriers.co.uk, £99.99. Amazon.co.uk, £94.99 as part of this show, and you have been literally, well, figuratively cleaning up. Well, you'll be literally doing it when you got the deal. So £84.99. The beauty of this, it's a 2-in-1. Bev is going to demonstrate more, but look at these whereabouts in the home. So around, not just on the floors, but around the toilet there, not just the under the rim, but on the back of it, under the bed as well. All these difficult to get to areas and different floors as well. So here we got on a wooden floor, and again carpets. It's more than capable of doing, and also because of the steam. In fact, Bev will explain all this. And here, what refreshing items of clothing as well. And you got your which Bev showed us the what would you call that? What's this called? What do you call that?
The extension hose.
The extension hose. Thank you.
Yep.
So you can get to difficult to reach areas. Now everything you get is on the screen now, so it's not just the unit, but you get all the extras as well. Okay, so we're being joined by Bev Hare, who's come to us from Polti. Now I believe I'm in trouble now.
Are you? Oh dear.
Because I called this a mop, a steam mop. But it's
Not
more
just
than
a mop. Well, I'll tell you what. Can you?
Can I just say, you look like you're from the future or something. You've come down with like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you clean your oven with your mop?
No, not traditionally. Oh, do you know? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So we're going to spray a chemical on that, are we?
Yeah.
And then we're going to cook our chicken in it probably by the weekend.
Right. Before you go, can I just say,
yeah.
Bev, it's when they put pizzas on there, then that drips down into there,
yes.
and it's left.
Yes.
Until
it's
you
welded.
Yeah. Everyone has that in the house, and then it's welded, welded down. Okay. So.
Yeah. So literally, let's get that cleaned. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So all you've got in here is water.
All water.
Tap water.
Yep. Heated to a temperature that you're going to start and melt the grease.
Right. And how many times with these? What do you call it?
Clean cloth. Clean cloth. Okay.
You'd put that in the dishwasher. It'd come out exactly the same almost as it went in. But this is really getting to those. Oh. Those, what do you call it? Historic food.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I like that. Yeah. So the thing is, obviously, you know, barbecues for a start.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
that's
things
a great
like
idea.
that. Yes.
Oh.
So if you want to do the barbecues, why struggle with a wire brush and trying to do it? Let the steam. Let's face it, whenever we clean anything, pots or anything like that, we always run hot water, don't we? Because
lots of hot water.
Yeah.
And also, these quite often don't fit in your sink.
No,
You know, when you're
no,
washing,
true, yeah,
and these
yeah.
wire racks as well.
Yeah.
They don't, it's all awkward.
And you don't want to put them in the dishwasher.
And iron wool. Actually, I've had a flashback now. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
iron wool.
Yeah.
That's just round the corner. If we didn't have
Yeah.
one of these with the barbecues.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this just makes life so easy. So you've got barbecues. Also, think about your patio furniture. Clean it with that. Greenhouses. You have to keep them clean because obviously you don't want cross-contaminations and all that. So you can use steam. You're not using a pesticide. You're just using, okay?
Yeah.
Also, let me come around this way and we'll show how easy it is. Plant pots. You can refresh and clean inside the plant pot. If you've got pets and you know got flea sprayers and stuff like that, flea sprays are quite expensive. Sure. What happens is the fleas will lay their eggs under the edge of the carpet, usually under a radiator because they want the warm supply.
Right.
And then when you're sat watching the television, you're their tea, basically. You're their blood supply. And you've got to then literally find a spray and spray the entire room, which could end up being costly. 110
and you're breathing
degrees.
that in as well, aren't you? In
Yeah,
the rooms,
absolutely.
Or clearing the rooms out
Yeah.
and things like that.
110 degrees. You can go round the edge of the carpet with the steam.
Yeah.
If they survive the eggs at 110 degrees, I think they deserve to hatch out, quite frankly, but you know.
Yeah, and that's it. But again, you think about particularly hallways, you know, just by the front door.
Yes.
How much traffic you get, people coming in and out around the skirting board,
Yep.
those sort of areas as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the skirting board? The woodwork just around the edge of the...
Yes, you can do the woodwork.
And
Gloss, you can use it on.
Oh, really? Okay.
But don't use it on emulsion because obviously it's too hot and it will fetch the emulsion up.
Yeah.
Also, it's a very good wallpaper stripper. Okay? Because
This is getting
steam.
better and better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's so many uses.
So think about this in your house. Now, a lot of people we know rent, and when we speak to people as well, sometimes when you're renting an accommodation, you're only there, you may be there long term or just moved in, you want to give it that deep professional clean when you're in there. Maybe you have a grown-up son and daughter who've just moved, renting their first property. You think, well, this would be great for them, so you can get in, clean it all out, and then because rental accommodation, there's only so much you can do.
Well, you want to get your deposit back, don't you?
But you can't decorate quite often, can you? Because of all the rules and all that.
No.
So you say, well, let's do the best of it. So what's this? Okay, so
right. Well, this is your handheld. It comes with all the tools that you've seen me using. Obviously, this is the other extra part to make it into a steam mop. That's your carpet glider, so you can actually use it on carpets as well. So that's that. But you can also utilise this a little bit more. Use the handle to make it easier to reach up to high places.
Going to go behind which way?
So now I've gone and put the one on with the socket. Again, you're seeing everything that I'm using, you're getting, okay? So now you can go do the kitchen cupboards. And so you're not having to stand on steps. I mean, I'm very dangerous on steps. So, you know, in fact, the last time
So curtain rails, cupboards,
curtains themselves,
all the things,
windows,
typically out of reach.
Yeah.
Again,
you don't have to. You can use
because
this.
you've got the length as well. You don't have to be super tall.
And also, you've got the button to use here.
Sorry, I wonder what this was. I've been attacked by the mob.
You thought your look was in then, didn't you?
I could feel something here. Do you know, I thought it was like I'm not going to say what I thought it was.
Thought, oh, hello, I usually like whining and dining first. But anyway, also, we've got one on the handle, so it makes life easier. You're not having to struggle by reaching up to that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so much thought about this problem.
Okay, so this only requires tap water to work. And of course it sterilises, so it neutralises scents or nasty scents. However, you have this fresco vapour as well. So do you mind just talking us through why you would want to add these on, why so many people do these, Beth?
Well, when you steam clean doesn't smell of anything. It's just fresh, okay?
Neutral, yeah.
So but you might want to have a fragrance in your home. So what they've done, they've given a compartment that you can actually put the fragrance into. Now, what you can see on the screen now is the fragrance that Polti make. They make a eucalyptus one and they make a lavender one. So what you do is you pour it into the bottom of the mop, and then when you're steaming the floors, you then switch it on and literally it will send the fragrance around the room. Now, doing the lavender in the bedroom carpet, on the mattress, that's another thing. That's very good. My daughter suffers with hay fever.
Yes.
And when she was at home, to be able to use that, because of the eucalyptus
more
and the
fresh,
steam, it's fresher. Yeah.
So,
and it just gives you, that nice fragrance.
Yeah, so add this to your basket. It'll be just shy of a £5 note when you use when the baby, and you get 2 bottles of 200 ml. Okay, and you only use minimal amount.
I think it's 2 capfuls. I think something like that. I don't think it's much, but you use as much as you wish.
Yeah. Now we mentioned again, if you have pets, again we talked about if you're in rental accommodation as well, and sometimes there are odours.
Yeah.
Historic odours, and you've just moved in, it's your space now and you just want to vaporize. But pets they just naturally perhaps are not malodorous. I'm not going to go there. But just have a certain and I guess you can neutralise it with the steam, but if you just
I'm going to say you won't have any smell of any pets. I mean, you've probably got an old dog or something like that, or you might be puppy training, and you want to stop them reoffending in one particular area. Your steam will neutralise those odours, and so consequently it won't smell of anything.
Yeah.
But if you want to, you can.
So you've got the pine. That was a lovely suggestion when you said about lavender as well for the, perhaps
for the bedroom.
And,
it is.
And areas.
And it's not an old-fashioned lavender. It's not like your grandma's knicker
I know
drawer.
exactly what you mean by that.
It's,
it's not an old-fashioned one.
No.
So all the details, everything you need to know, and all the numbers are here. Okay. So
shall we do the floors?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So you have mentioned it, but you've got this on the base.
Yep. You've got the sockets and you've got a cloth as well.
Do these come with it?
Yep, everything comes with it, so you're ready to go. The only thing you need to do is put water in and switch it on.
Yeah.
When you get this home, I would suggest you wash the socket and the cloth before you use it, because it kicks in the absorbency.
Lovely.
No fabric conditioner.
So you're just ready to go. Okay, so where would you like to go?
Right, well, I'm going to go round to the floor.
Okay. So floor areas, we've got the hard floors, and then carpet areas. Where would you like to start?
Well,
could be anything with this.
I think this is something that we tend to use because we think it's easier. So I've got to struggle and get this out.
Do you want some help?
No, thank you. I think, and then you've got to fill it with water, and then you've got to carry it to wherever you're going to, which can be heavy. Okay. I've had to buy a chemical to put it in it before I start. The only time this mop is sanitary is when I take it out the packet.
So when you and that's when you get it.
Okay.
So immediately after first, And then the storage, you generally mop.
Yep.
The mop goes in the garage or the outside cupboard, and then begins.
So this is no way is this going to clean anything, to be honest. So then I go and start to clean the floor. Now, could be stone, could be quarry tiles, could be anything. Could be Antico, could be sealed wooden floors, and all the rest.
So I've got the list here as well. You've hit all of them pretty much. And again, tiles, porcelain, stoneware, marble, hobs, hoods, filters, sanitary ware. Oh, that's more with the second function. With the handle. But sorry.
So what we've done now is we've just basically moved that dirt all around. And that's what
from there to there.
And to there to there.
We've all done it, and we touched by this earlier. When you get crisps and bits of bread, solids as well, you just sort of move it around.
Yeah,
and you
that's what we do.
This technique, if you remember this technique, where you kind of go, I'll dab it to try and pick it.
All right.
Into water. And then this is getting dirtier.
Yes, and so you're transferring that into wherever. Now, when that dries, you'll see the soap, or you will. How many of you's done this? You've stepped on it like that and thought, ooh, That sounds a bit crackly.
Yeah.
That's the sticky residue that's left behind from the chemical you've used.
Yeah.
Now, if you're sticking to it, that means the dirt's sticking to it a lot easier.
And if you've got a busy house as well, it's not the end of the world, but it's a pain to try and keep people out the kitchen, and if it's in a hallway as well, by the front door as well, and they're walking their shoes, muddy shoes over a wet floor.
And also, you wouldn't be satisfied with that, so then you'd probably go and get a cloth and dry it. And then you've done that floor twice, and actually you've made it dirtier than when you first started. Yeah. Or you get your steam mop, 15 seconds later, I mean, I would still be filling that in 15 seconds.
And also a wet floor is dangerous as well.
Very dangerous,
slipping.
So I'm going to sanitise that part there, but I am sanitising the whole of that floor. Also, look how easy it is to turn. Look how it's been shaped so I can get in all the areas in the coat.
So yeah, talk to us about the design of the head.
Yeah.
Because obviously this is where historically old kit or just corners, curves, talk us around the...
Well, that's exactly what it's for. That's why it's this shape. It's so you can spin it round whether you're left or right-handed. A lot of people...
I'm left-handed, what are you?
I'm right-handed, so therefore you see, obviously, do you know vacuums? You know when it used to say edge to edge? Yeah. Everybody thought it was edge to edge, both sides. It wasn't. It was always on one side. The other edge they were talking about was your skirting. So that's fine, but if you were left-handed, that's no good because you're going in the opposite direction.
And you know what? I'm not, you know, it's a right-handed world as far as I, you know.
Yes, you know,
generally.
rightly
Not
or
with this,
wrongly.
though. Not with this.
No, it doesn't matter. But as you can see, that started to dry. That has been sanitised completely, including the grout. And so therefore I've done that job once, but I've done it far better than what I would.
Can I just say, just observation as well, that you're holding on to this effortlessly. So it's 2.4 kilograms. So it's not heavy.
No.
Right, what this delivers is what heavy-duty professional equipment would, but you've got lightweight. So you're going from not only is the storage of the thing, but moving from room to room, and also you have people with different, and also a long old cord there.
Yeah, you've got, I think it's 5 metres of cord.
Oh, right.
I think.
Going from plug to plug.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the thing is, you probably plug it into, I don't know, the hallway, and you might be able to get most of the top landing done, you know, and in the bathroom.
And also, as well, if you live in a house, is it
7.5?
7.5 metres.
Yeah.
Because, again, architecture has changed, and power points seem to be everywhere in modern housing, but if you've got more of a traditional house, then the power points were put in the 1970s, and they're fewer. Yeah. There's fewer. Right, you've done the hard floor.
We have.
Carpet. Now, this is, again, makes it a very exciting bit of...
Yes, because if you've been using this method, you can't then go and do the carpet with that method, can you?
You can't mop a carpet.
No, of course you can't. But you can go out of the kitchen and think, well, the dog was in last night and he's sort of been rolling and all the rest of it, so... Yeah, you know, I want to be able to go and make sure I've refreshed the carpet.
Well, things with pets that go outside bring a lot of outside inside.
Yeah, they do, and that's the thing.
Also, spillages or just general wear and tear and traffic.
Well, yeah, and also
cars. Thank you.
You might have somebody that smokes, you know, and you want to get rid of the tobacco smell. You might like cooking spicy food, and that gets embedded into the carpets and the fabric. And a lot of these sprays that you can buy don't get rid of it, they just mask it.
Yeah, and also going back to, again, people who are watching who basically, if they've just moved house, and it's an old carpet, and that's the next thing on the list, but they want to sort of zhuzh up the existing one and refresh it, then this is a great way of doing it. So talk about what was happening now, temperature-wise and... 110,
well, with the iron then, 110 degrees, okay. So you sanitise it, but you can see how it's bringing the pile of the carpet back to life. You can see like it's like putting lines into the carpet. What it's doing is swelling each fibre of the carpet. It's opening the fibres up. The dirt is being pulled to the surface, and then what you're doing is you're just literally steaming it away.
And again, historically you could hire big units. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk us around. So I just moved that.
Yeah, of course, thank you. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
way.
Yeah.
So talk us around what we're seeing here. Now, this doesn't need to be thrown away. You just wash it.
No, you just wash that. And the thing is, you don't have to wash it.
That's the dirt bed.
Yeah, that's the dirt, yeah. And the thing is, you don't have to wash it till that's completely full. Because what happens is the cloths are designed to hold quite a bit of dirt.
So could you do your whole, how big a room or?
Depending on how big your room is, you might get 2 or 3 rooms out before you start to.
Yeah, so every sort of lounge in your hallway maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. The thing is with steam, it creates a static charge between the dirt and the cloth, and it holds that dirt onto that cloth. And so you're not pushing it around the cloth.
Yeah,
you
just
know, you're leaving it. Yeah.
Moving the problem around.
Yes, yeah. Have you noticed this little tiny brush we've got here?
Yeah, what's this do?
I think this is a brilliant idea. It's a little scrubbing brush, because sometimes if you've got sort of really hard, stubborn bits or something, I mean, it could be something.
Right, hang on.
You've got a little scrubbing brush on the bike to use it.
Yeah, so you're talking about matter.
Yes.
That's been there for some time and is.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, there are kinds of food, but also again, people or animals bringing the outside in, or someone having. We're talking about pets having a little bit of an accident.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know, you probably don't find out where it is, and it's dried and congealed, and you think, oh, I need to get something a little bit.
In the old days, back on your hands and knees, wouldn't it?
Well, you would, yeah. Or I mean, bleach, that was the big thing. Put it all on. 2 things with bleach. What happens with that? If you've got pets, they absorb things through the pads of their paws.
Sure, yeah, of course.
So that's not good. You might have small children crawling on the floor. You don't want that in the mouth. Everything goes in the mouth, doesn't it?
And the beauty of this, obviously, is the performance and the results, but talk us through the benefits of being chemical free, because this just has tap water in it.
Oh, just tap water, but it's heated to a temperature that's going to kill the bacteria and the germs. But for a start, how much do you spend on your chemicals in a year? I mean, you probably say, well, I don't spend that much. Think about wipes for a start. You might think, well, I buy an odd packet of wipes a week, spend £1 on them. That's £52 a year.
That's when they're on offer.
That's when on offer.
Yeah, the offer.
That's £52 a year on just one item.
It's when you start adding it up.
Yeah, yeah. So we on average spend £350 to £400 a year on chemicals. You don't need chemicals. Chemicals, all they do is literally get rid of so much, but they spread an awful lot around.
Sure.
With this, you will totally annihilate it.
Yeah.
Also, you're using water. So therefore, when you go and to empty that down into the sink, you're not emptying chemicals back into the water table. So that's got to be better for the environment.
It's just, again, so the floors in your home, this is going to make such a difference. You're seeing the ease. Obviously, Bev's the expert, but the ease with which she's been able to manipulate it. Let's go through the features and the benefits of this. Okay, so here we go. So features we think you'll love. Can I rephrase that? We know you're going to love this. Okay, so dual function in a single appliance. So it's a 2-in-1 in that respect. So steam mop and portable cleaner to treat up up to 15 different surfaces. Lightweight at just 2.4 kilograms. So you saw how easily Bev was moving it around. The cable, all important to reach those, so you're not going from plug to plug. 7.5 metre cable for the bigger rooms, and also it's when you plug into the hallway and you're enjoying it, you carry on right through to the lounge and etc. Kills and removes up to 99.9% of germs and bacteria. That's amazing. If you think about little ones, foodstuffs, matter, pets as well. If you've got little ones who are crawling around on the floor as well, just that stage of their life, you want it to be as clean as possible. And okay, so. Spreads fresh fragrances, here we go, via the built-in dispenser, which we looked at as well for the Fresco Vapor Deodorizer. I love this as well. Heats up in just 15 seconds, anti-lime scale filter, and comes with 11 accessories as well. Remember, it's the 2-in-1. You're not just doing the surfaces, but you're also doing the floors everything you need here. So carpets and hard floors as well. Okay, £84.99. What an amazing price for an amazing piece of kit, and it's chemical free. Okay, so cleaning your home, maybe you're gifting this again for somebody's first home. Just think about those areas as well. And how long have you had a previous, well, how long have you had your mop? You know, it's replacing that, but the opportunity again, just to doing that deep professional clean from this particular leading brand of, it's all about the quality and all about the deal. £84.99, but this deal expires in 25 minutes, so please do be checking it out. So this is how you do it. So either via the website or the phone, whichever you prefer. So if you go to the website, you'll see here. So if you, here we go. So shop now, and you click on the item, and here it is, £84.99. Pop it into your basket, and then choose your payment options. And it will show you the estimated delivery as well. So we'll get this out to you ASAP. So it should be with you, well, between Thursday and Saturday. So it means to, again, to get all those projects underway that you've been planning. Okay, so for those of you just tuned in thinking, I'm not just liking this, I'm loving this, can you just go over the sort of finer details again? Here they are.
Polti, creators of Vaporetto Steam Cleaning, are proud to showcase the SV440 Double Steam Mop, combining the lightness of steam with the power of experience. The SV440 Double is the new steam mop with integrated handheld steam cleaner. It's easy to use, lightweight with a slim design, easy to maneuver, flexible, and thanks to the Vapor Force brush, it's able to clean all corners and reach the most difficult spaces. Using the power of steam for hygienic cleaning, it removes dirt at the same time as killing and removing 99.9% of germs, bacteria and viruses without the use of harmful chemicals. And with its integrated rear bristles, it effectively tackles the most stubborn dirt. Ideal for cleaning every kind of floor, wooden, tiled, marble or delicate floors, and perfect for refreshing carpets and rugs in a convenient way. The Vapor Force brush also includes a Fresco vapor dispenser to neutralize smells and provide a pleasant long-lasting freshness after cleaning. The SV440 Double Steam Mop comes with an integrated handheld steam cleaner, and thanks to the wide range of accessories, cleans up to 15 different surfaces, including all bathroom areas, such as sinks, taps, tiles, showers and mirrors. It makes cleaning kitchen surfaces quick and easy, including cookers, hobs and tiles, and is perfect for bedrooms, refreshing mattresses and curtains. It cleans radiators and is ideal for the lounge, refreshing upholstery, cleaning windows, and even plants. The SV440 Double Steam Mop guarantees maximum ease of use and fast cleaning. The cloth can be easily attached and removed. The detachable water tank can be refilled quickly and easily with tap water, thanks to the integrated anti-calc filter that helps prevent the build-up of limescale and enhances the effectiveness of steam. Plus, it's ready for use in 15 seconds. Cleaning all around your home has never been so easy with the Vaporetto SV440 Double Steam Mop from Polti. Polti, the secret to a natural home feeling.
Good morning to you. Okay, so if you are looking to clean your house like you perhaps never have before, the opportunity is still live. But if you're looking to iron on a level like what as a professional, grade, like professional results, then this is the offer for you. Okay, we're at £89. Okay. Now, maybe you, right, I've been asking this question, so when did you buy your iron? How long have you had it? Is it on its last legs, or is it, you know, have you look at the plate and it's got dirt on it, and have you sort of, with crusty bits on there, and yeah, sorry about that. When you sort of iron, you can damage t-shirts and delicate clothes as well. That's where this piece of equipment comes in as a game changer. I was thinking about gifts as well. Somebody's baby just recently moved into their first home. And of course, when you remember when you move into your first place, if you're renting or buying, you know, money's tight, and this is quite something that's going to be one of these items that's a luxury and really appreciated, but also the technology to give you the results, and it is so easy. And the price now, okay, so I appreciate you thought, well, I've not really thought about an iron. Many of you would have. Well, do you know what? I'm going to go for it, okay? £89. Okay, and if you look at the numbers here, so the usual price is £179. This was one where Bev did like a double take with this price. So was it £99 and a penny off? Sorry, £91 and a penny off. Sorry, it says it. So just £89. But this offer does expire and goes back up in 22 minutes. So many of you have taken advantage of the deal. We can see up in the gallery lots of this in people's baskets. You do need to be checking out. Now, again, let's contextualise this as a deal. Okay, so I think you know this is an amazing deal, but let's reach out elsewhere. So let's find out. Producer Martha, found these comparisons, amazon.co.uk. Remember, this is for the exact iron we've got today, £179. For curries.co.uk, £179.99. And robertdias.co.uk, £178.99. And here, Shop on TV, the special price of just £89. I cannot believe, again, the deal you're getting. Even Bev can like the double take of this price. And once you check out as well, you can opt, if you wish, for the PayPal Pay in 3. And how that works, okay? So if you are dialing the number, you're speaking to a real person. But if you don't, you go for the PayPal that way as well. But how it works is you pay the first instalment of £31.32, then it's sent out straight away, and then the following month another instalment of £31.32, and then the final payment would that mean you'd be paid by August again? The month after that, £31.32. So it just breaks it up. Do what you're comfortable with, obviously, and whatever works for you best. But take advantage with just 20 minutes less 20 minutes left on this particular deal of £89. Okay, then. So Bev.
Okay, are you ready?
All right, are you sure? Because the thing is, you are flying through it. Yeah.
Well, you know, when you sort of posed with something that's as creased as this, you just think to yourself, is it ever going to reach it? And also, I think we tend to put them on the ironing board because we think the weight of the iron's going to make any difference.
Well, but historically, it would be if they're pushing down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they would. But, I mean, we don't need to put it on the ironing board. We can use it.
Yeah, loving it.
Vertically. I mean, obviously, you can go down as low as you want to do, but,
yeah.
I mean, what was that, seconds?
Yeah. And what material is this, Bev, that you've got?
What, sorry?
What material is this?
To be quite honest, I think it's viscous. I'm not quite sure, but
yeah,
yes.
But it's a common one, is in a sense.
Yeah, it's very common, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, that has taken seconds. And if you're someone that's not particularly good at ironing, you know, that finds things, that's awkward shapes and that, and you think, oh, I dread ironing that. But if you put it on the hanger, it makes life so much easier, you know. And
also, one of my worries when I'm ironing, or one of my concerns is temperature.
Yes.
So I'll get a certain amount of the clothing.
Yes.
It says high or low, it's delicate. Particularly it's not mine, then... And
well, of course,
so talk us through.
And things, you know, cost money these days, clothes and stuff, and it soon mounts up. I mean, this is linen. Now, I love wearing linen.
I do, summertime, especially this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely love linen.
It's today, wasn't it?
Oh, isn't it? 31 for us today. Yeah. It threatened rain, but I looked at it very sternly, and
that's it did rain. Is that when I started to sing? Was that when the rain?
Was that it? Was it your fault? I
won't
knew it. I knew it.
So linen, notoriously nightmare for creasing. Quite often you send your linens off, or people have been known to send it off to be done professionally. Or
you go and get a water bottle and you think, well, I'll spray it with water, that'll make it easier.
Yeah.
But what you're actually doing is condemning it to more creases, because the moisture stays trapped within the fibres, and unfortunately what happens is it causes a lot of recreasing.
Yeah.
So with Polti, they give you super dry heated steam.
That is exactly. Now, you mentioned as well, so quite often I'll iron something historically.
Yeah.
Historically. With an old iron, I'd iron something and hang it up and it's creased.
Yes. Yeah.
Not the case with this. Talk us through that.
I mean, look at that, how closely. sometimes when you iron, right?
It's like it looks brand new.
Yeah, you iron the creases
Box
into
fresh.
it, yeah. But not that. It's just all gone. I've not had to, as I say, spray it or anything, not press down on it. You know, and like I've said to you before, I don't do hard work.
And obviously Bev is fabulous at what she does and knows this inside out, but it's seemingly effortless. It's, you know, you're not working too hard. It's
No.
like it's the iron, the equipment's doing the work for you.
Exactly, it's ironing at the end of the day.
Yeah, but-
I can't fudge this or whatever, not as though we're allowed to anyway.
But you're not had to meddle with the temperature gauge?
No,
Or, okay.
what you see is what you
Do you want
get.
to hold the pink one? Or use that
No, I'm going to go straight from there. I'm just going to show you, you know, how bad the crease is. I'm going to do this side of it, I think, because this was ironed earlier on and we screwed it up, but it's not as creased as what this part is that's not been ironed.
So would you still, do you know with certain garments, you'd iron inside out?
No, we
don't
don't
need
need
to,
to. No, you don't need to. I mean, it's entirely left to you. If you feel comfortable doing that, doesn't matter because the steam will go through both sides anyway.
But again,
you
the
don't
reason is you do it inside out so you don't
Only
damage.
because you don't want to damage whatever you're ironing.
Not going to happen with it.
Yeah, but no, not
look at
at
this.
all. Now, this is cotton.
Yeah.
So we know normally cotton can be quite notoriously difficult.
Yeah.
That has taken seconds to do.
Yeah.
Again, fantastic results.
Look at this. Can you just talk us through the body of the iron, please,
The
Bev?
process of it.
Yeah, well, because
Yeah.
first of all, I'm going to use what we're all thinking. It looks a very posh iron. It's one of the high-end ones.
Yeah.
So the difference to your traditional iron is the reservoir of water is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, you don't want to have the water in the iron because that what can get the lime scale in, that can what damage the clothes. Also, it makes the iron heavy and you don't need it to be. So the water stays in there.
Yeah.
The only thing comes up there is steam.
Yeah.
So that keeps it lightweight. Now that 2.6 kilos is the whole thing.
Wow.
Not just this part of it, it's the whole iron is that weight.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how lightweight this is because you don't need the weight, 2.9, okay?
And also you mentioned about ironing
Vertically.
You've got the length on this cord, so the steam travels
Yep.
through that cord.
That's it, so you can iron vertically, so you can do your curtains hanging up if you want to. You can also do all your garments hanging up. In fact, I'll tell you what I do with mine, and in fact I did it yesterday. I wash and iron my garments, shirts and stuff like that. I put them on a hanger on the washing line and then I take the iron out and I iron them on there.
Yeah.
They're drying then and I just take them out and put them straight into the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I don't even get the ironing board out.
Yeah.
You know? Bedding. Go and take the iron to the bed. So wash, dry your bedding, make the bed back up.
So you're talking bedding when you're talking the duvet
Yeah.
itself, or you're talking the duvet sheet?
The cover, yeah, the
cover.
fitted sheet,
Yeah,
your pillowcases.
Yeah.
Put it back on the bed, then iron it while it's on the bed, because what you're doing is you're not only getting rid of the creases, you're actually refreshing the duvet.
Yeah.
You're also helping to refresh the mattress, because how else do you clean the mattress? And also you're helping to get longer out of your pillows because you're refreshing those.
Absolutely. So beforehand you'd have the duvet on here,
Yeah.
all this.
Drip it in the dog bowl, wash the floor with it, you know.
And just it's not
Ironing
it's just a
boards
hassle.
rocking like this because it's
just an absolute hassle. So put the bedding on the bed and do it from there.
yeah, absolutely. Just take that with it. It's got a lock on,
Making our lives a lot easier.
so we can carry that
Yeah.
to the bed. And as I say, by then I just iron everything on the bed. Now, if you've got pets, okay, and my two cats, I mean, the amount of times I tell them not to lie on the bed, but they take no notice. So I just think, right, okay, get your steam ironed or your steam cleaner, whichever one you've decided to buy. Spray the steam over the pet hair. It creates this static charge. Then all you need to do is just literally get a cloth and just wipe, and it will come straight away. Yeah. It's so good at, well, so many things, to be honest. Now, satin.
Yeah. Again, another item of clothing you'd be
Yep.
just fearful or very mindful, temperature-wise, am I going to damage it? And also over years, because obviously you want to keep your clothes for years, nice
Yeah,
clothes.
of course, yeah.
It's going to take its toll through,
Yeah,
you know, if you go too hot,
absolutely.
et cetera.
Friction. Now, if you notice on here, there's a little shelf, okay?
Whereabouts,
just,
sorry?
there, look. You see that bit there?
Oh, yeah.
That actually lifts the button up.
Oh.
So it allows you to get underneath the button,
See,
okay?
it's detail like this.
Yep, absolutely.
So clever,
Yep.
so thoughtful.
Yep, and so therefore it just makes life a little bit easier when you need to do the ironing. Again, it's saving you time.
Yeah.
Because you know you're not having to go round each one individual and moving it out of the way, and you might melt some buttons.
It's also maximising your time as well, because minimum the less effort you have to put into it.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, my concerns.
Yes.
The obviously seldom you need this, but the aftercare. Can you talk us through that?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people we've brought irons in the past because thinking, oh, they're only going to last a year, we'll throw them away.
Yeah.
That's not the idea of Polti's iron. The fact is you're going to hopefully want to keep this for a long time. And the thing is, if you do have a problem, because I'm not saying that, you know, occasionally there's the odd one, with all the best will in the world, one will slip through the net. But what you do is you pick the phone up, they're based in Manchester. They actually come and collect your product from your home. You don't struggle back to post offices or anything like that. They'll come and collect it. They will either exchange or repair it, but they get it back to your home between 5 to 7 working days. Now, I think that's brilliant.
But again, the likelihood of you actually needing it, but the fact is
It's there.
that support is there. Like what it is your complete, it's what I call the 360. You've got the brake kit, but you've got the peace of mind as well. Just aware of the time, the clock is ticking. This, of course, is a show special. So please, please don't go to bed and having this. Right, okay. There's people who have checked this out. They've got the deal. And there's lots and lots of you. Thank you so much for joining us. And lots of you have put this into your basket. And of course, the offer will expire in about 9 minutes-ish by the look of things. It's on the screen. Oh, sorry. 11, there we go. So 11 minutes 20. There we go. That's my eyes. There we go. So they're £89. And just think about, again, the difference it's going to make to your quality of your ironing, the longevity of your clothes. Enjoy. And again, we've talked about ironing as it's kind of branded a chore, but it polarises people. Some people it doesn't need to be, but a lot of people do enjoy it as well. So it's a great sort of addition in that respect. But if you're not too keen on it, it just makes a lot easier. And also it's one of the high-end posh ones, you can see, with the reservoir of the water is the bottom, so steam blasting through, so really attacking those creases. Okay, so some more examples if you don't mind, please, Beth.
No, absolutely. Sleeves, okay, just to make life easier for you, instead of having to put it on the ironing board and then you don't want the actual line that's through there. I want to show you also another technique, just in case you've got a really thick material and you want to do it onto the board, but I'll show you this first. So get the cuff and just bend it over like so, because you're going to trap the steam within the actual sleeve. Pop the iron on the inside, spray the steam, keep it moving, because if you don't, you'll burn your fingers. Yeah. And that way,
so you've not actually had any contact with the material?
No.
And look at this.
You've ironed the sleeve inside out. Now, if you've got really heavy material and you need to iron it on the board, but you still don't want that seam down the back, first of all, I'm probably teaching grandmother to suck eggs, but bear with me, you might not know.
There's always things to learn, you know, especially when you start to deal with not just fabrics and different materials, but different styles and
that's true.
Areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never stop
so where you would have the line down, okay, so that's the part you're going to iron. So you're going to iron this bit here, okay, like so. Then what you're going to do is go back as you would seam to seam, but you're not going to go right to that very edge. You're going to take it to the part where you've just ironed, okay? Because that way you've ironed the sleeve backwards and forwards, but you haven't put yourself the line in that you don't need that.
Wow, okay.
There you go.
Regular washing, a weekly thing, or is it even a nightly thing? Let's really enhance that experience. It's time for a change. It's time for something new. And as part of a very exciting offer here, £89. Now we've got, if I just grab this, oh, is it on this one? I've got there's reviews. Oh, here we go, reviews. Lovely stuff, thank you. So here, so a review regarding this particular iron. So I have a VS20.20 bought quite a while ago when I was also got the ironing board. I saw this a couple of months ago and now I have a VS30 as well. I love the fact it has no temperature control. It's great value for money as well. I saw similar ones in a well-known electrical store and they were almost double the price, and that's from Kaz. Thank you very much for reaching out and messaging in. So, Bev, this is, again, it's that posh high end that we quite often see on shelves.
Yes, absolutely.
It's because of the price. I'm on board with the quality, but the price is just not.
Absolutely, and it's an off-put to them because you just think, well, I can't afford that, so don't bother. Now, I'm not saying that Polti don't make the £400-500 irons. Yes, they do, but the principle is still the same. It's still one temperature sole plate. Only difference being is it would have some more features. One feature is that it can detect what it's ironing and it'll increase or decrease the steam. Mm-hmm. You might not want that. I haven't got that, and believe me, I can have the choice of any of the irons that's there. I don't need it. Yeah. Mine is just this iron that cuts my ironing time down in half, lightweight to use, easy to use.
And hard working, again, for everyday families, you know.
Exactly.
All different kinds of materials as well. And again, ironing, you know, we just have to do. So I'm thinking about shirts, you know, for the office, outfits. We talked about school uniforms for the kids as well. And right, okay, do you want to tell the story behind this one?
Well, apparently this is a vintage one, right? Yeah. So the thing is, I would suggest that you want to keep these types of pleats in, okay? Because that is the design of the dress.
And it's the time of year these dresses are.
Of course. Yeah. So would you mind holding me that, please?
Yeah.
Because what I would tend to do, because obviously being only 5'3" in my bare feet, I can't reach, so I have to put it up in the my kitchen cupboards, and then that gives me the full length of this. I would iron this from inside out, quite honestly. Okay?
Great idea.
So therefore,
I'll go higher.
You take it, thank you. So you're taking the steam quite the way through without doing the damage to the pleats. You're keeping those pleats.
Are you pressing a button or anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll see the button that's underneath. That's producing the actual
fab. It's just got that professional.
So you're getting rid of the creases, but you're leaving the important creases in at the top, the ruching that's at the top.
Yeah.
If that's too difficult or you didn't want to struggle with that, then you would do it on the top in the normal conventional manner.
I think if we were in any kind of domestic environment, Bev, we'd have to come up with another system because my arm, I don't think
sorry, Danny, Well, that's why...
A whole load of washing.
That's why I
could do one, but you know...
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
That's why I hang mine up in my kitchen cupboards, because I can't reach either.
Lovely.
But yes, I have to say.
Okay, just minutes now, less than 5 minutes, £89. Okay, so... let's contextualise this. I mean, again, you know it's a great price when you see it's £89, but let's have a look elsewhere for exactly the same iron. This is Amazon.co.uk, it's on for £179, Currys.co.uk, £179.99, RobertDias.co.uk, £178.99, but as part of this show with minutes, just minutes left at £89, and I appreciate this is an item within the house that you don't think of regularly, except when you come to use it, you think, I could do with something new. I've had this one for ages. It's on its last leg. It doesn't even work. I'm talking about the one that you've had for years and years. Now, if you go to the website, you can buy either via the phone lines or the website. Here it is. Okay. So you see all the items we've featured here on the show. And here we go. We've got brand new products as well. Oh, we've got a show with Sean and Hayley tomorrow launching. Chef Joe's coming in with his brand new blenders. So I'll be watching that. Hopefully you will be as well. Just after midnight tomorrow. Right, Bev, time is almost on. But have we got time for one more, please?
Well, we'll go back to the beginning. We'll go back to this one that's 35 years old, you know, and that's how we started. Sugar beads, very delicate. Again, you don't want to push this out of shape. So I'm going to do it vertically. In fact, I would say I do 70% of my ironing vertically. Might even be more, to be quite honest.
Again,
no other grease.
No other grease. And again, you're not damaging the design,
No,
or
not at all.
that would
Not
be
pushing out of shape. Can I just say, it's the first time I've worked with this gentleman, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. That's
been lovely.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thanks for having me. It's
No,
been,
very nice.
Very, very excited when I heard I was with you tonight. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so again, the clock is ticking still. Okay, this is how you get involved, either via the phone lines or the website. The deal now is £89. The item number for it is 863521. Okay, very simple. Again, if you're on the phone lines, obviously you're talking to a real person via the website as well, and you've got the extended warranty as well. It'll be posted out straight away to you, so it'll be with you in the next few days or so you can start a week. Well, again, it's what you've got to do with that old iron.
Any old iron.
Go into the recycling. Okay, and the steam cleaner. So we had two specials with Bev, brilliantly.
We did.
So we had the steam cleaner as well. So if you're looking to have what I describe as a professional grade deep clean in the kitchen area, the hallways, we talked about bathrooms and the loo, etc. Here it is. This is the Polti Vaporetto double 2-in-1 upright and handheld. So essentially 2-in-1, and you're seeing here all the sort of extras you get with this. Okay, and the price is £84.99. So this is about maximising, and again, just putting your mark on your environment in your home. No more chemicals, making the jobs easier around the house, making them quicker, so you've got more time to sit in the beautiful sunshine that we've been spoiled with.
And also, it's not a one-trick pony.
Yeah, like I am. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So you've got all the different,
So you could use it all around the home. Then you can take it outside, do your patio, furniture. You know,
And again, doing outside again. Again, there's so much potential with this one. And again, the deal, £84.99. So you've absolutely gone crazy for both of these. So thanks so much. And also stay in touch. Let us know how you get on with them.
Yes,
obviously,
please.
keep watching the show as well. There you go. So, Bev, it's been an absolute delight to meet you in the flesh. I've seen you on the telly. And to share your expertise as well. When are you back?
Thank you. Well, I'm just going for a little break for a few days, and then I shall be back after that.
Well, you're going to be dearly missed.
Thank you.
Say that.
Thank you.
So please do join Sean, Hayley and Joe tomorrow night for a brand new blender. Okay, that's just after midnight. And who's on after that one? Jane Plan after that, the day after that one as well. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Loving having your company. Please do stay safe and stay cool in the sunshine. See you soon.
Bye.